To Highfields Rangers virtual Funday. We're here at the home of Highfields Rangers, Gleneagle Avenues, and we've got a range of activities for you today. So stay tuned, be with us. We've got a timeline for you that's going to take you right through to the day today to show you what Rangers have been doing for 50 years. Welcome.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are in the world listening to Rangers' 50th Funday celebration. We are so thrilled to be here, Pam. I hope you recognize me and Pam and loads of other people out there that was on that video. It is a fantastic occasion. This is a magnificent occasion. We are looking forward to entertaining you with all the usual Funday stuff that we have on a real Funday. Please, please share the love and respect. Let people know what's happening. It's all about the Rangers' 50th virtual Funday today. Have fun. Please let us know that you're having fun as well, and we are going to have a fantastic day with you.
Oh, absolutely, Fishette. We think that the people know who we are. I'm Pamela Campbell-Morris, and I've always been out there on the hosting the Funday. And my colleague here is...
Fitzroy Fishette Wallace, you know me.
Absolutely, and I'm telling you, we are going to rock it here at Rangers today. What we want to do is to introduce our next act, and our next act coming up is Mr. Conrad Stubb, and he's singing the song produced by Alfonso Hunter. Take it away with Boys of the 70s.
Go on, Conrad.
We've been together a long, long time, when the grass was green and the earth was fine. Times were hard, our people worked night and day. They didn't want us anywhere. We had a pride, we just didn't care. Want to face our true reality. We are the boys of the 70s. We had to find our own destiny. Nobody's gonna make us less than free. People tried to make us go away. We stood tall for a better day. Our children's eyes are open, now they see. We taught ourselves to have some fun. We never tried to hurt anyone. Never gave up when they would never let us be. We strive to be the best we can. Wanna be in God's holy plan. 50 years is our true anniversary. We are the boys of the 70s. We found a way to make our own destiny. Never gave up when they would never let us be. People tried to make us go away. We stood tall for a better day. Our children's eyes are open, now they see. We are the boys of the 70s. We found a way to make our own destiny. Nobody's gonna make us less than free. People tried to make us go away. We stood tall for a better day. Our children's eyes are open, now they see. We are boys of the 70s. We are the boys of the 70s.
Oh, thank you, Conrad, for that lovely rendition.
What a tune.
50 years, we're bringing back the old
Wow.
boys. Wow. Fishhead, who have we got next?
We have got the ex-chair, Delroy King. He'll be there doing, he's been here so long, it's amazing. Pam, listen, tell me something about Delroy King.
I think Delroy King was one of the longest serving chair at Highfield Rangers for his sins. But ladies and gentlemen, what we're going to be doing is listening to what Mr. Delroy King, former chair of Highfield Rangers, got to say. Over to you, ladies and gentlemen. This evening I've got Mr. Delroy King here with us. How are you, Delroy?
I'm fine, Pamela. I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Oh, fantastic, thank you. So here we are, Highfield Rangers 50th anniversary. A huge milestone, isn't this not? How does it feel for you?
It makes me feel old to say that I've been involved in an organization for 50 years. It shows that I'm aging. That's what it does, but I feel proud as well, I must say.
Absolutely, something to be proud of. When we think of a small grassroots organizations like this, that's ticking over when a lot of organizations are failing, it's something to be commended.
Thank
So,
you.
tell me a bit about your involvement, Delroy, with Highfield Rangers over the years.
Well, over the years, I've played quite a significant part, I suppose some people would say, in our establishment, in our continuation, and in our existence. I was there. I have held a number of roles. I've been a treasurer. I've been social secretary. I've been a football manager. I've been a player at the very forefront, which we must not forget. I was a player, a very good one as well, I was told. Yeah. So that in that sense, I have played every single part, and not forgetting the fact that I was chairman for quite a long time as well. So I've played every part, most parts in the organization that was required at the time.
That's fantastic. Sound like you're a jack of all trade sort of
Probably
thing.
master of none.
And it may be a master of none. I mean, I remember when I came aware of Highfield Rangers way back, two people that I can remember was playing for Highfield Ranger was someone called Natty, and also your very own brother, Danny King. Were you anywhere on par with Danny King with footballing? Because I've never heard about you. Then I heard about Danny. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Danny was more of the more, what would I say?
Footballer.
Well known.
Footballer.
Yeah, well known than most of footballer. Well known because of his physique and what he was about and what he was doing. Yeah, and I was just in the getting things done, getting on with what was needed in the club. Danny's involvement, along with Nigel, Natty as he's called, were quite significant, to be honest, and both individuals played a massive part in my continuation with the club. Following what happened with Natty, I used to spend a lot of time arguing with Natty, talking with Natty, Natty giving me advice about how I should be, what I should be doing. Yeah, it's been, those two individuals are very, very close to my heart. Unfortunately, we all know what happened to both of them. And where Danny is concerned, mostly because obviously he was my brother, that actually even now, that actually hurt me more than I can even express. It was heart-wrenching. I've still, believe it or not, I've got him on my phone. He's my face.
Oh.
He's actually still on my phone now after all these years, because I just miss him. I love him. I missed him tremendously. He used to obviously play football with us, with one of the teams. And obviously he was quite infamous in terms of some of the antics that he got up to on the football pitch. None more so than the one when he got sent off once playing for Rangers against Leicestershire County Council. I don't know how they were in the league, but they were in the league, and he got sent off, and he was being baited when he was coming off, and he actually let the other player know what he felt by knocking him out on the pitch. But that was something, that was another thing. Natty was an enigma. Natty was unbelievably good. And I remember there's one actually event stood out in my mind more than anything. I think it was a Sunday morning where we used to play Sunday football, and we went to pick Natty up. And Natty came downstairs, rushed downstairs, went into the kitchen, got himself a bowl of cornflakes or whatever, and got into the van eating the cornflakes to go to the football match because he just got up, because he went in late. And basically that's the sort of camaraderie, that's the sort of stuff that we all used to enjoy, we all used to do. So between Natty and Danny being exceptionally personal to me, Natty being personal, but as I said, that was based on football, not the blood side of it. But both players were very significant, both individual players.
I will tie up that question as what I draw from that. I was hoping you would said it. You sort of touch on it. They were both known and popular for their talent in football over you. So we'll leave it at that. Okay, thank you.
Yes,
thank you very much.
I will leave it at that. I will leave it at
around
that.
it, but it just.
Natty, I will agree with Natty. I will agree that.
Of saying that.
Well, no, I'll agree that Natty was far better than me, far superior than me. But I wouldn't agree with Danny.
Okay, we'll leave it at that and leave it at that. Okay. Now, Delroy, I know that you are also one of the founder members of Highfields Rangers. Now, just see me as a total stranger to Highfields Rangers, even though I'm not, and tell me, how did this come about?
This basically came about because we were, can you imagine, put it in context, a group of young men who's been in the country, probably most of us been in the country less than 5 years. From 1965 to 1970. All of us was around, probably came then. Some of us, very few of us, I suppose, at that time, were born in this country, so in England, that is. And it was different. We got used to, that's when all the stereotyping came out, because obviously being black, being from the West Indies, everybody thought we were gonna play cricket. Cricket was what we were gonna do. The guys them in Rangers, we weren't interested. Some people, obviously, we all love cricket, that's what cricket is, but we came, we wanted to play, we saw the football, we wanted to play football. And I think for some of us, speaking personally now, I think I came to England at the latter part, I think it's October, November of 1966, which was the same year that England last won anything. They won the World Cup then. So, and at the same time, 1970 saw the greatest football team we've ever seen in the history of football. And that's the 1970 Brazilian team that won the World Cup. No, we wanted to imitate and to be like them. That's why Rangers, in every sense. They were all black, 90%, 95% black. Their colors was yellow and black. We imitate every single thing that they did. We try to play the football that they did. And basically, that's where Rangers started. We tried to play with other teams, or we tried to get into other teams. But at that time, as you well know, I ain't gonna go into that. At that time, black people playing football was frowned upon. Black players going into an all-white environment was even worse. So we were very proud. We were proud. We were very, as far as I'm concerned, we were very intelligent. And basically we said, no, okay, then that's what you want to do. We'll do our own. We'll find our own. Hence, we started our own football team. We tried to get into a number of leagues. Wasn't successful until we actually spoke to I put him down as a very great man, which is Ivor Finn. And we got in, he supported us and we got into the mutual league. Basically, the rest is history.
Right, now my final question is, and I would like you to make this a very strong message going out to the powers that be and also to the communities. Based on the fact that Rangers is not been funded sort of thing, I would like you to send the messages out to the powers that be as to why Rangers should be funded. But also in that, I also want to hear your aspirations for Highfield Rangers for the next 50 years. And that will be my final question.
You know, my aspirations, it's not about Rangers being funded. It's about Rangers being self-sufficient, yeah? The issue with funding and the issue of asking people for money is that when you ask people for money, they believe they own you. They believe they can tell you what to do. Nobody will ever do that. Please, I think in all of this, you got to remember that the local authority, a few years back, 20 years, I believe, probably 25 years, withdrew all their funding from us. We have not received, we used to get some support from them in the past. Since then, they have not funded us. So my aspiration for Rangers is quite simple. Our aspiration should be self-sufficiency, whereby let the community own the organization. Let the community pay money to the organization so that we can meet our everyday running costs, our bills, so that we could employ a groundsman, so we can employ a project manager. That way we can then continue to be independent. I don't want funding for Rangers. I think the days of funding is gone, because in this climate, this economic climate, this political climate, if you become dependent on funding and you set something out of the way, they pull their funding, the organization is gone. Now, we need to be self-sufficient. That's my message to the next 50 years.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Mr. King. And long may Rangers continue to live for another 50 years and beyond. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. All the best. All the best. Bye-bye.
Hi, my name is Hurdle White, and I would like to congratulate the founders and the members who have worked so hard to keep the Highfield Rangers Club going during the last 50 years. What an amazing achievement. One of my favorite songs of Jimmy Cliff, no, I'm not going to sing this song. I'm going to just say the words, and the words are, you can get it if you really want. All you got to do is try and try and try again. But never give in and never give up.
Oh, just want to say a big thank you to former chair, Mr. Delroy King. Thank you for that overview of Highfield Rangers. We also want to thank Mr. Hurdle White. We know that you've been down here on a Friday night playing dominoes. I can even remember you left your coat.
Pam,
right
leave the man
here.
alone, Pam.
No, they
Pam.
must know. You left your coat right here in Highfield Rangers, Hurdle, after I, Pamela Campbell, have given you 6 love. You went home without your coat. Watch this space. People, we're hearing you. We know you're watching us. Curtis, we've got your message. Highfield Rangers Management Committee, we see you, we hear your messages. Keep the messages coming in, people. We've got a range of things for you here. Just keep watching, keep sending the messages. And
don't forget later on, we got Carol Thompson. Please listen out for Carol Thompson. We are here to entertain you. We've got so many things. Remember the raffles we used to do? We got a little bit of a raffle for you later on. These raffles from Rangers are always big, ain't they, Pam?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, Fishhead. So, I think we've got now coming up our next person.
I would like to introduce my friend Alston Jarvis. I want to hear this interview. Alston is someone that's been around for so long. He's worked in different places in Leicester. He's always helped out the community. So please let me listen to this interview. All of us together, we're going to enjoy this interview from Alston Jarvis.
So I've got Mr. Alston Jarvis here with me. Alston, can you tell me what's your involvement with the Highfield Rangers over the years?
Over the years, I've been with Highfield Rangers. I started with Highfield Rangers in 1971. Before that, we used to have a team, senior players, play for Antigua against Jamaica and things like that. And I couldn't join the first Highfield Rangers team because they were younger. I think I was given like 3 years. But the following year, we started a reserve team. So I was like the goalkeeper for the reserve team. And from then, I continued playing for Highfield Rangers. At that time, I was in the army. And every weekend, I used to come across to play football. On a Thursday and Tuesday, I used to come across, put them through the pace training because they didn't like training. So those are things I did for Highfield Rangers.
Okay. I know you're also involved with the cricket as well.
Yes, I was the founder member of the cricket because I thought with the facility we have here, football, in this summer, anything after April, between August, this place would be a ghost town. So I thought, well, if you put cricket during the summer, we could get teams from all over the country to come and play here and bring revenue into Highfield Rangers.
Okay. 50 years is a milestone at Highfield Rangers. How do you think you'll continue your support in Highfield Rangers in a voluntary role?
Well, Highfield Rangers
in the next.
Yeah, Highfield Rangers is in my blood, period. And I've been consistent, and I enjoy coming to Highfield Rangers and do the things I do for Highfield Rangers. And I hope, I just have a grandson about 8 weeks, and I hope Highfield Rangers continue so he can come here and be.
Okay, guys, so we've got an 8-week-old to sign up in a few years' time.
Yeah.
Thank you, including yourself, Alston. Thank you very much.
Okay then.
Yeah, thank
Thanks.
you. Hey, Mr. Alston Jarvis, we want to thank you for that lovely interviews. But before we move on to the next act, we just want to give a big shout out to Trevor Rose. Trevor Rose, you've made a comment that Delroy King has helped you to get to where you are today. Delroy, we hope you're listening. We want those messages coming in about how effective Rangers have been and how it has changed people's life. So keep the messages coming in, people. We're hearing you.
And Rangers have been so instrumental in our community. 50 years, can you really believe?
Look
Rangers
what they've done to you.
Wow, tell me about it. I mean, I have grown up in Leicester. So far as I'm concerned, Rangers, Highfield Rangers, I have been here all the way. The fun days, I'm absolutely loving the fun days, Pam. We've had so many good times, haven't we? Look at these prizes we've got behind here. Again, we're going to be giving the crowd such entertainment today. Never mind the weather, wherever you are listening, please stay with us, share the love. Let everybody know that we're doing this virtual fun day here at Highfield Rangers 2020.
Absolutely, thank you. And shall we introduce our next act, Fishhead?
Our next act is...
Never is Impossible. We'd like to introduce Mr. G. Blake.
I love this song.
Impossible. Don't
wow,
sing,
don't bother
Fishhead.
start, Pam. Please, let us leave it to the expert,
Okay,
right?
okay,
Sure.
over to you.
run away from you, but if you never found me, I will cry. I'd like to break the chains you put around me, but I know I never will. You stay away and all I do is wonder why the hell I wait for you. But when did common sense prevail for lovers when we knew we'd never win? Impossible to live with you, but I know I could never live without you. For whatever you do, I never want to be in love with anyone but you. You never treat me as you should, so what's the good in loving as I do? Although you always laughed at love, nothing else could be good enough for you. Impossible to live with you, but I know I could never live without you. For whatever you do, I never want to be in love with anyone but you. You make me laugh, you make me cry, you make me live, you make me sad for you. You make me sing, you make me sad, you make me glad, you make me mad for you. I love you, hate you, love you, hate you, but I want you till the world stops turning. For whatever you do. I never want to be in love with anyone but you. Yeah. I love you, hate you, love you, hate you, but I want you till the world stops turning. For whatever you do. I never want to be in love with anyone but you. Yeah. Oh well, I love you, hate you, love you, hate you, but I want you till the world stops turning. Yeah. For whatever you do. I never want to be in love with anyone but you. Thank you.
They said no when we asked to join their team. They said we couldn't eke out a result when the going was rough. But then come along the Brazilian football team of 1970 to prove them wrong. But still we were left out in the cold, so we had to form our own. We produced local talents, national talents, and international talents. The we, Highfields Rangers, of course, 1970 to 2020, 50 years and we're still here. Leicester's #1 local football team. Run by black people, for black people. Why? Because black talent matters.
Touch
tune, impossible. You remember them days, they pam? Oh my gosh,
But I
bad
know
tune.
I could never live without Fish Head.
Hey,
you
hey.
used to rub off three-wheeler wall.
I love that tune. I remember that John Hull did it, but you made it your own, Mr. G. Blake. That was a beautiful tune. Who have we got next on the list here?
Fantastic rendition. We just want to thank Councillor Cole for his interview just now. And we've got coming up next, Mr. Dennis Christopher, Chair of the Leicester Caribbean Carnival.
Yes, Mr. Christopher.
Over to you. Okay, so I've got Mr. Dennis Christopher, Chair of the Leicester Caribbean Carnival, here with me. Good afternoon.
A very good afternoon.
AKA Sugar. Can you tell me what has been your involvement with Highfield Rangers over the years?
My involvement with Highfield Rangers over the years, I find the early days of Highfield Rangers was a unique thing for most of the youngsters. And I think some of them maybe be my age, but I always see for black youngsters to do what they, at the time, when racism was there, in your face, and for those black youngsters to take the challenge and move forward, I find that was very interesting. Now, by saying that, I wasn't really interested in the football that they were playing. I find the way they put it together is more of an educational thing for the whole community, whether you're young, old, or what, how they stood their grounds. Now, I was in a different wavelength of my sport doing what I'm doing, but I always say, if I had to put finance or support in any way with Highfield Ranger, over the years, you have, I wouldn't call name of the different organization. You have all the organization that comes and goes. Highfield Ranger is still here. And I think Highfield Ranger will still go on for another 50 years. Even when I die or whoever die, yeah? You still go on. It's strong, it's a positive thing for the Caribbean community. Now, leaving from Highfields to come down here, I thought, would it work? And the way it's, when they come down here, if it's gonna carry on, we make our mark, because we have to say we now, collectively, whether we're having our difficulty in our different aspect, we need to be positive of what we're doing. So I will support Highfield Ranger in any way I can to make sure it stays, because I see it as a model for the Caribbean people over the years, and that's no matter what other sport comes in. And as I say to most of the youngsters, because I'm aware that Emil Heskey start from here, however, now I don't support no particular football clubs or so. When anyone asks me who you support, anywhere Emil is playing, I'm supporting. So I don't have particular thing. And that's why I enjoy the support and Highfield Ranger at all time, all levels.
Yeah. You spoke about the educational stuff that Highfield Rangers is doing, and as alluded to earlier on, was that Rangers was a one-stop shop. You want the resilience of those men then. Do you think all that put together is what make Rangers what it is today?
I would say yes. It's definitely. And I repeat myself, with what I've seen the youngsters do, and they're not too young now, but you know, let's look at it in a positive way. It's one of the, I don't want to pick organization, but if we're going to look back on all the historical part of all the organization in the Caribbean community that start, finished, and so, that's why I have to support Highfield Ranger. I will always do, and I'm telling my youngsters to support Highfield Ranger. Some of them never heard of Highfield Ranger, but they do now.
You touched on with racism going on back then, and we have to say it, that it's raising its ugly head again. Would you think that there's more room for Rangers to play its part in society in terms of ensuring that black men, well, all men, but in particular black men become, and boys here, become more resilient? Do you think that's a role that Rangers could play?
Rangers could play a role in that way, because if we identify educating people, and if I'm touching on education, like I say about Highfield Ranger in the early days, there's still areas there that Highfield Ranger can still do. But I don't want to burden Highfield Rangers and the team with that. However, if the scope is they identify, the Highfield Ranger management team can identify, yes, we can play a role in that. And I think Highfield Ranger should play a role, but don't burden the activity that you're doing. You got to pick the preference and where you see, you identify that this is where we're going. But you can't break down barriers and still you will.
I was just seeing this as you've said it because of racism, this one-stop shop, given the opportunity, given the scope, given the funding, given the mandate for Rangers to become something bigger than what it is in the current climate. I do believe it would be an opportunity, and from what you're saying, I do believe that, don't you?
No, I believe so, and I think Highfield Ranger will break down all those barriers as they're doing now. The difficulty I find, and it's not Highfield Ranger's fault, it's, I will say it anyway, most of the people who call the shots are making the decisions. I find, from where I'm coming from, I find a lot of them are very disrespectful for our Caribbean community. And once they do that discrimination breeds racism, and that's what's happening. No matter how you look at it, whether you say it's institutional or not, and if it is, it is. But I think with what's happening in the world today, Highfield Rangers can break down those barriers with the help of our community. Highfield Rangers on its own are not going to solve our problem. We got to unite. And it's no good, like I hear in the past, I don't like that one and I don't like that one and blame. That is nonsense. The world is too small.
Well, I think from what we are talking about here, I would go as far as to say it's bigger than that. We're saying here that, in my opinion, and I'll say that because I'm a member of the community, there's no place like Highfield Rangers for what it's doing, for existing for 50 years, for being resilient with no paid workers. I think we need to be speaking to the commissioners and so forth for a place where Rangers can be doing more and building sustainable communities, young people in our communities.
When you say a place for Highfield Rangers to develop more, are you reference to a building, or when you say a place, what do you mean? Can we have a place here?
We've got the place here.
And it
Show us the money
we're
talking about.
And the building can expand anyway.
Yeah.
So let's look at, that's why I touch on, when you come to the people who call the shots, they're so busy with their own little other things.
Thank you for your comment.
Thank you.
Cheers. Right, we just want to thank Mr. Dennis Christopher, Chair of the Carnival Committee, for that lovely interview.
That was some lovely words that he's got there. Mr. Dennis Christopher is always on point. We are absolutely thrilled to have Sugar doing his interview there. Massive Sugar.
Oh, absolutely. And I think we're going to be introducing our next act. Our next act is Astra Sibon. Am I pronouncing that right?
Astra.
Yes?
What's Astra singing?
I think she's singing one of Tom's Cook.
No, Sam Cooke.
Sam Cooke.
She is singing Sam Cooke.
Just testing
and she's
you
got.
to check.
Wow, you're always doing
Oh,
that.
come on.
Sam Cooke, that's the man. He's one of the greatest singers.
Cupid.
This is a big tune. Cupid, you know them tune there. Wow, listen, girl. Let's listen to Sam Cooke. Pam, 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 pam.
Here we go.
Take us into Mr. Sam
All
Cooke,
right,
please.
okay.
Cupid, draw back your bow and let your arrow flow straight to my lover's heart. For me, there's nobody else for me. Hey, Cupid, please hear my cry and let your arrow fly straight to my lover's heart. For me. Now listen, I don't wanna bother you 'cause I'm in distress. I'm in danger of me losing all of my happiness. 'Cause I love a boy who doesn't know I exist. Cupid, help me with this fix. So, Cupid, draw back your bow and let your arrow flow straight to my lover's heart. For me, there's nobody else for me. Hey, Cupid, please hear my cry and let your arrow fly straight to my lover's heart. For me. Now if you make your arrow strong with love for me, I swear that I will love him all till eternity. I know between the two of us, his heart we can steal. Cupid, help me if you will. So, Cupid, draw back your bow and let your arrow flow straight to my lover's heart. For me, there's nobody else for me. Cupid, please hear my cry and let your arrow fly straight to my lover's heart. For me. Hey, Cupid, I don't wanna bother you. Said, hey, Cupid, I don't wanna bother you. Said, hey, Cupid, I bother you. Said, hey, Cupid, I don't wanna bother you. Boy, you got my love on the line. Don't I ask you one more time? Said, hey, Cupid, I don't wanna bother you. And if this love ain't meant to be, I'm gonna set my whole self free. Said, hey, Cupid, I don't wanna bother you. Thank you.
Hi, this is Sean Wallace, the Dark Destroyer from The Chase, and I want to send this short video message to Highfields Rangers Football Club, wishing them a happy 50th birthday in terms of their establishment and foundation. Happy birthday, Highfields Rangers Football Club. Keep on going. You're black pioneers who have been a credit not only to grassroots football, but to football generally. Congratulations once again.
Mr. Sibon. That tune there, man. Oh my gosh, what a tune. Pam.
Straight to my heart, Cupid. Was it fantastic?
That tune will never, ever, ever die. That is a fantastic tune. Pam, Sean Wallace just sent a lovely little message there.
Oh yes, Sean Wallace is a big supporter of Highfield Rangers, and it's fantastic when we get celebrities like that talking about Rangers. We're hearing a lot of you out there in the communities, and we're seeing you. We want you to talk to us. Alston Jarvis, we're hearing you. We know that you're listening. Devet Popat, Howard Morris, Lorna Hilton, Reg Francis, we're hearing you.
Love
People,
to hear you interacting. It's
go
fantastic.
onto the chat box and just let us know that you're there, and we'll give you some message. Fitchhead, I can feel a quiz question coming up.
Yeah, we've got a quiz question coming up. How many times has Rangers won the County Cup? Let me give you some examples. 1, 2, 4, or 6. How many times has Rangers won the County Cup?
And there's a winner. There's a prize for the winner, the first person who give the right answer in the chat box. The prizes are all here.
Wow.
But we need you to be talking to us in the chat box. We want you to be sending messages to Highfield Rangers. Wherever you are in the world, send messages. We really want to hear you. We want to be communicating with you out there.
Remember, how many times has Rangers won the County Cup? 1, 2, 4, or 6. Keep on interacting. Wow, Pam, I'm telling you, this is like the real time. This is.
Oh, fantastic. Hey, you wait till I come to the tug of war.
Oh, no. We don't want to. Tug of war, what a big competition. That is going to be fantastic. That is.
Amen.
Ladies ain't going to win this year. The ladies are not going to win this year. The boys are ready.
Fishhead.
Hey, I won't go there anyway. Leave it to me now.
You see that cup over there?
Which one?
This was the ladies' cup for the tug of war. Look at it.
I'll never ever get down from this. No respect. The ladies always seems to win. The men needs to beef up a bit. They do. But we are here for Rangers 2020 virtual Funday celebrations. You're doing fine out there. Keep on interacting with us. We love it.
Milestone, 50th year.
Wow.
Fantastic, Rangers. Over to you guys.
Windrush.
Oh, the Windrush. Yes.
Must not forget.
Did you know we had a Windrush dinner for the elders? Last Saturday, what Rangers did, for those of you out there who don't know, we were delivering dinners to our elders out there in Leicester. It was fantastic. We had parcels of real Caribbean food that we take to their homes for them to have. We just want to say, Rangers, big you up for that. And we know that those elders enjoyed. We want you to ring in. Get your friends, get your families to ring in and say how you enjoyed that dinner. Rangers, it's just fantastic.
Yes, there's so many people that we want to mention in this virtual fun day. There's some big names that we probably won't get time to mention. Remember that young lad, Natty Burke? He was somebody special here at Rangers. Everybody talk about Natty Burke. There is a goalkeeper that's always been with Highfields Rangers, Solomon Burke. I have so many names, I'm getting nervous now. We are going to keep on mentioning these names.
Forget it, Fishhead. We'll get on. We'll move on.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Mrs. Douglas.
Nice to see you, Mr. Buchanan.
This is the delivery for Mr. Simon.
Yes,
Compliments of our Rangers.
yeah, compliment.
All the best. Thank you very much. God bless you.
God bless you all at Rangers for the effort and for the thank you. Wherever you go, take the Lord with you for Christmas. God bless you all.
Congratulations, Highfields Rangers, on their 50th anniversary. It must be a very proud moment for quite a few individuals that have helped sustain and promote Highfields Rangers throughout those years. It is a place where a lot of people have been able to take refuge, and, you know, the place has managed to evolve and change as life has gone on. You know, and it's with my blessing and the blessings of Lawman Commercials Leicester Limited that we pass on our gratitude and thanks that you've been such a stalwart in the community. So once again, thank you to all those people that have helped, and all those people, hopefully in the future, that will contribute to make it even a greater achievement. So that's a thank you from me, Lawson Williams, your president, vice president. Thank you.
First and foremost, we just want to say thanks to all the elders, the drivers, the volunteers who helped last week to deliver that fantastic Christmas, well, it's not Christmas, dinner. What they didn't know, I stop halfway and take out one of that chicken leg.
What?
Yeah, man, tastes good, tastes good. Just stop and shot them. I won't say whose I take it out of, but it was fantastic, you know. A lovely gesture that Rangers have done for the elders, and I think long may it live, you know.
That brought tears to my eye. I loved watching that video. That video, oh. Anybody that ain't got feelings need to go and see somebody, because that was something special to watch. That was real touching. We need to do that more often.
Absolutely, but Fishhead, you need to do something right. You got the question wrong, and you make people ring in with wrong answer.
Okay.
Read the question again, read it right, and let's come back with the right
My
answer.
apologies, Pam.
It's not your fault, people. Fishhead got it wrong. We're going to read the question again.
Okay, this is the question. How many times has Rangers won the County Junior Cup? Is it 1, 2, 4, or 6 times? How's that, Pam?
That's better, Fishhead. You know we have to do things twice for you to get it right. And then we're going to be introducing our next act. So let people ring in on the chat for that. Type in whatever.
Keep texting in.
Keep texting in for that, you know. Let us know your answers. We want to communicate with you. We want to hear you. We hear you, Brian Simmons. We hear you. Is it Drake?
Jez.
Jez, we're seeing you. We're hearing you online. Communicate with us. We want you to take us through this journey. This 50th is not just for Rangers. It's for all of us. We want to enjoy it. Take us through the journey. I think we've got another interview coming up. Fishhead, we've got another interview coming up. Do you want to introduce that one?
Yes, this interview is, what's his name, Lawson Williams?
Boy, Fishhead, you get it wrong again. All right, never
Stay
start
with me.
out. Stay with us, people. I'm gonna start. You know, behind every man, there's a successful woman that gets it right, and there's a lot of women in here. We'll put him right. Our next act is Mr. Lawson Williams. Now, Lord God, I may get this right too. We just want to get you guys going. Tell us, people, who have we got next? We have
Reverend
I told you
Hector.
that.
Yes, I remember you telling me that, but
Read
now
the
we're going to
title.
correct this now. Mr. Reverend Hector is our next interview. Please listen to this very interesting interview. We're all here for fun and fun and fun.
Thank you. I've got Reverend Hector here with me at the Highfields Rangers, and I know that you've been involved with Highfields Rangers. Can you give me a feel of what your involvement have been with Highfields Rangers through the years?
Well, initially we started from the Moat Boys School playing five-a-side football for the youth club under the guidance of Phil Parkinson, Earl Robinson, and the late John Gonsalves, who were the different people who were the officiating people at the youth club. So we played five-a-side. Alston was there, Errol Thomas, Bocco, different ones, Carl Halliday, Vincent Halliday. There was quite a number of us who played five-a-side for the youth club at Melbourne Road, Moat Boys. And from there, we used to also play football on Spinney Hill Park, and we played for late hours. The park gates would be closed, and then we would jump over the gates, etc. And it was from there we evolved, and we continued by going on to Victoria Park on a Sunday morning until late afternoon, and we used to have football tournaments, especially Antigua versus the rest of the world as Caribbean football, and we used to play for hours and hours. We played also 11-a-side against different teams, Braunston and different teams, what were in a kind of a league, if you could call it that at the time, which...
Can I just ask you, did you say Antigua versus the rest of the world?
Correct.
And who was the rest of the world?
The rest
then?
of the world, the other Caribbean islands.
Okay, was Jamaica in there, I may ask?
The Jamaicans played with the rest of the world, but the Antiguan side was bigger because there were more Antiguan footballers around at that specific time. So it was Antigua versus the rest of the Caribbean islands.
I'm glad you've said they were bigger. You didn't say they were best. So we'll leave it at that.
I can add that we would usually win. So Alston was our goalkeeper at the time.
Okay.
We called him not Alston but Naughty, and he was a pretty good goalkeeper, came out of the army, etc. And so with that, we had a yearly tournament, and sometimes we lost, other times we won. So it was 50-50 really, looking at it in a respectful way. So with that, we had a close community, whereas we would do that on a Sunday, played for hours, and then we'd go home, clean up, and we'd go wherever the martial arts film was or whatever was going on the Sunday. And as everyone, because it was a close-knit community of our black community, we always went where the other one went to. Mm-hmm. So it was that way inclined when we were younger, and it was a very, very good relationship that we had, whether you were from Antigua or from Jamaica, St. Kitts, Nevis, wherever you were from, it didn't matter. The main thing was we were all the same.
Okay.
And being that way, we felt it was good for us to be able to interact one with another, which kept us together. When we went clubbing, we all went to the same clubs, more or less, because, again, it was deemed as safety, because if you were caught in the wrong place and you were on your own, you'll get a hiding.
Okay, okay.
So football was a way of us expressing ourselves, and it brought us to a place where we felt the need, where later on the Highfields Rangers was being birthed through Edson Charles and such people like Alfonso Hunter, Delroy King, the different ones, Morris, the different people who were involved in that. I was not too much involved in that respect because I tended at that time to think, well, I'm past this and I'm moving on to greener pastures. But the birth of the Highfields Rangers football team was because of a need, a necessity for our people to have some sense of belonging.
Okay. If I could just pick up, you talked about you guys were playing football over at Moat Community, Moat
Boy, the old Moat Boys, Melbourne Road.
Over at Spinney Hill Park.
Yes.
For people who don't know Leicester, we're here over at Rushmead now.
Yes.
What we're talking about was in Highfields.
Yes.
You also spoke about you felt that there was a community link over there, and now you're now talking about Highfields Rangers being. How was it for you? Leaving that area that you spoke about, that close-knit, and coming over to this area.
Well,
what was it like then?
In a nutshell, I believe leaving the immediate Highfields, which was the predominantly black area, and coming across to where this is located now at Highfields Rangers, it was a big transition because as far as I'm concerned, we're leaving what would seem to be our safety zone and moving into an area what is completely new. Having said that, though, I think because of our being schooled here, it was something that was flexible, that we were able to fit in wherever the niche was, simply because we're accustomed, having come into a strange country, many of us weren't born here, but for the younger generation, coming into this area of the Highfield Rangers Club, it was not a big transition. It was just a matter of having to realize now we're in a new location, we're doing the same thing.
Okay, brilliant. Now, a little bird have told me about an incident at your football stuff that you were playing. You were very good at football, but was always late, and there was one occasion where you stopped the game because
Carry on.
You were late and you had the ball and no game was going to go on unless you have a game. What was that about?
Well, you've already said it in a nutshell. I was late and everything was set, and it's like I didn't have a chance to play, so I thought, okay, everything stops here.
Okay. Now, looking at Highfield Rangers now, and thinking of you've named some of the guys: Delroy King, Alfonso Hunter,
Alston
Jarvis,
Nathaniel Solomon,
and all those,
yes,
Solomon,
yes,
and all those.
yes.
I know those days you guys were very resilient. What do you think of young people now in football and their resilience, and how can we support them?
We were brought up in a tough environment, and we had no choice but to be resilient, because if you weren't resilient, it would be that you would get trodden on. I feel that from that we roller coasted and we learned from each other. The younger boys, which were very much under the protection of the older men, boys, that we learned from them respect, and so they taught us how to be able to be more resilient so that we would be able to survive. It was an act of survival, because only the strong survive. In this day and age where you find that there's a lot of talk about stress and depression and stuff like that, this is all something new to us, because in our day, we didn't have such terms or words. It's either you were feeling happy or you're feeling sad. It wasn't a matter about being stressed or being depressed or going through mental problems. Whereas the young people now, they have seemingly so much more to contend with in respect in 2020 and the years previous, that they are not able to get to grips with a lot of things.
And the final thing is, Rangers is approaching their 50th year.
Right.
Would you like to give a message to Rangers on reaching this big milestone?
Well, I would like to commend them, because they have actually stuck through the hard parts, the thick and the thin, to be where they are today. It has and is a great achievement, and all I could say to them is well done, because if you didn't have stickability, then you would never have gotten to this place where you are situated now. So I say to all of those who are still in Highfield Rangers, doing what they are doing behind the scenes, or for everyone to see, that they have done very, very well. And I am really and truly glad to see that they have achieved something, because for us as black people, I'm being racial here perhaps because I'm black, as black people, it's a great achievement, because for many reasons, we do not have very much, even though we have been in this city of Leicester for decade after decade. And I say to the members, to all of the hard-working people who have kept Highfield Rangers going as a club, that may you continue to reign for another 50 years if the Lord Jesus Christ tarries.
Thank you. Thank you, Reverend Hector. Thank you.
Thank you.
So once again, here we are, people, still at the home of Highfield Rangers, taking you through the timeline, bigging up Highfield Rangers Funday, virtual Funday. We want to thank Mr. Lawson Williams for his contribution. I know Lawson is a big supporter of Highfield Rangers. We also want to thank and apologize to Bishop Hector. I think I've been calling you Reverend Bishop. We want to apologize. It's Bishop Hector Thanks for that lovely interview. Over to you, Fishhead.
Yes, we still want to remind you to keep on texting in. We're loving the comments coming through because this is what it's all about. And we want to remind you also about the big raffle prizes that we've got here. We're going to be talking to lots of other people, interviews and everything like that. We're going to look forward to showing you some of the prizes. Pam, what have we got there? Prosecco.
We've got Prosecco, we've got chocolates, we've got wines. Fishhead.
Loads of prizes out there, but people, listen, keep on texting in. I'm loving all these texts that are coming through. I've enjoyed these interviews. There's been some fantastic local interviews going on, talking about our 50th virtual anniversary year. Highfield Rangers, well done, Highfield Rangers.
Absolutely.
Who have we got next to you now?
First and foremost, let's big up some people. We want to big up Highfield Rangers 50th committee. They are the driving force behind today and what's happening throughout the 50th. We want to big up Highfield Rangers management committee for keeping this club going. Fishhead, I've got a bit of a news flash, you know.
What's that?
And you may not know this, and I must say this for the record. A bit of history here. Did you know that I was the only woman in the history of Highfield Rangers to have held the vice chair title here at Highfield Rangers? Go on, Pam.
Hey, Pam, big up yourself, man. I did not know that, but now knowledge is power. We all know that. That is supposed to be well applauded. Pam Campbell. Wow, thank you very much for letting us know that.
Thank you. Just putting it out there. Do you want to give them the question again, the interview question? Get it right, Fishhead, so we can get people coming in. We're hearing you. We're seeing you on the chat.
We're loving you.
Keep going.
How many times has Rangers won the County Junior Cup? Is it 1, 2, 4, or 6 times? We're loving all the comments coming in. We are going to introduce a saxophonist, goes by the name of Rob Charles. Rob, he's been around a long time here in Leicester, another local talent, and I am looking forward to, he blows a mean saxophone, trust me.
I've heard him.
Rob, take it away, Rob.
Over to you.
I'm Everton George, President of the Antigua and Barbuda National Association, London. It gives me great pleasure to congratulate Highfields Rangers on their 50th anniversary as a cricket and football club. I am sure that when this club was formed 50 years ago, no one had envisaged that it would reach this stage. So therefore, let us give thanks to those who had the vision in forming this club, and not forgetting those who still continue to do good work for Highfields Rangers. So, I raise my glass to you in congratulation of your 50th anniversary. Long may it continue.
We want to thank Elton George. Is it Elton George? Have I got that right?
Yes, you have, Fishhead.
Right. We want to thank him very much for that interview. I love the way that he put himself across. Pam, I hear that Rangers used to have a football team, a ladies' football team as well. I mean, we need people to text in to keep us informed and everything like that. But I didn't know that they had a ladies' football team. Ladies have been so instrumental.
Oh, absolutely. You know, as we know it, Fishhead, Rangers has been a one-stop shop for the community. From birth to the grave, women's football, darts. We haven't even touched on the dominoes that we play here.
Yes, that is something.
Oh man, you know. So the ladies football team, they were very, very vibrant, and I think we're going to have an interview from them at some point.
If there's any ladies that's played for Highfields Rangers Ladies Football Club, please interact with us. Text in, let us know that you're out there. Let's know all about it.
Jane, you know, Jane Burke, Donna, the Weirs, and all of them. We know that you were a crucial point at Highfields Rangers. I think they even had netball here at some point as well. Just let us know. We want you to interact with us, people. Come on. But, Fishhead.
Yes, Pam.
I'm hopelessly in love, you know.
I know that song. I've rubbed out that song many times, you know, in some dark corners and everything. Even up here at Rangers, when we used to drop that tune, I used to play that tune. Woman used to be running to the toilet. Next thing, them run back around and said that, well, me have to go hold this dance here. That was a big tune.
Carol Thompson.
We have got Carol Thompson live singing probably that song, but she will be bringing down some wicked tunes later.
Absolutely. We've got a range of activities yet to go. So people, come on, text your friend, tell them to tune in, tell them to really ring Rangers. Just keep us going here. We're at the home of Highfields Rangers. We want to take you through this journey. Keep the messages going. Andrew Roberts, we're hearing you. Ryan Charles, we are hearing you. Brian Simmons, we're hearing you. Tell your friends, come on, keep the messages coming in. Keep that question coming. We've got all these raffle prizes that we need to give away. Come on, people.
Remember those times we used to have on stage on the Funday, Pam? It was so good to have so much fun on. We had some rainy days, but we still battled on, didn't we? Oh. Did we not? Did we not, people?
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. The Rangers, all roads were used to lead into Rangers, regardless of what the day was like. But Fishhead, what has been your involvement with Rangers over the years?
Well, with Rangers, I have always enjoyed. They always call me. Rangers always look after me. They always call me when they had anniversaries, weddings.
Drive up with a van and the picnic them come out. All of Fishhead.
Let me tell you a story, sorry.
I don't want to embarrass you.
Let me tell you a story. They used to search my van at the front gate because they used to say, Fisher, you have anybody in the back? No, I'm on my own. No, let's move on anyway.
No, we've had some fantastic time at Rangers here. You know, no matter where people are, Rangers bank holiday, people always make their way here. We've had some fantastic local people on stage, some fantastic celebrities. We've had Dibby Wayne Rollins. We've had Tony Paleface. We've had, oh my gosh.
I've got to mention Millie and Pearl. You remember the Eastern Variation Sisters?
They were bad.
Wow, weren't they special?
Bad.
They were absolutely special. We're going to thank the fire, the ambulance, the police. They used to come up every year and support us. Big thanks to them for coming up and supporting us. I think they got a few people from our public that was up here to join the fire service or anything. Texting anybody that benefited from meeting them, please text in and let us know all about it.
Yes.
Interact.
Thanks to Contrast Steel Bands, thanks to our local artists.
So many names to mention.
Thanks to the people of Leicester for making Highfield Rangers what it is.
I've got to big up Junior Blues, used to play in the hall here on the Funday. Owen Miller. I've got to big up people like Ban. People, there's so many of you that go back a long time. Smiley. Listen, I remember all of you, but we want you all to interact with us. This is Highfield Rangers Virtual Fun Day. 50 years of celebration. Can you believe it? Where does time go? I have seen so many generations of people that have been up here to this club. And you know the one thing about our Fun Day? The weather doesn't stop it. The show goes on. No matter what the weather is, we make sure that whoever turn up enjoy themselves. Once again, we've got to big up so many people. Too many to mention.
We can't call. We want people to text in and say how they've been involved with Highfield Rangers. Text in on the chat line and just say how you've been involved with Highfield Rangers, how your family have been involved, because we keep saying Highfield Rangers is the hub of our community. We've got our children, grandchildren. Get them to text in. Tell us how you've been involved. We want to hear you. Morris Christian. We want to big up Morris Christian. We want to bring up Solomon Paul. Gosh, I don't want to call people's name because
another thing I want to mention, honestly, I have to big up the food stalls. I used to go to the food stalls. They used to say, Fisher, what you want to eat? They must know me. Listen, honestly, the food stalls were fantastic.
Fisher.
Oh, man.
Everybody used to know you. I used to be on the stage out there. Me and Fisher comparing, and Fisher just gone missing. He just disappear. When we look, Fisher over the food stall with a plate of food coming. So I know.
Who have we got next?
Right. Who have we got next? Who have we got next?
G. Blake.
Wes. Now we've got Wes Harding.
Okay.
Here is a young man who have come through Highfield Rangers. Typical example of what has happened. He now plays for Rotherham FC. Yes. A fantastic role model in our community. We're over to Wes to have an interview.
Yeah, big up yourself.
Hi guys, it's Wesley Harding. I'd just like to congratulate you guys. Congratulations Highfield Rangers on achieving such a big achievement and reaching such a huge milestone. 50 years is a very long time and is to be celebrated, so well done guys. Personally, I'd like to thank you for aiding me in achieving my biggest achievement in becoming a professional football player. You guys were there from the start and yeah, as I said, you've aided me along the way, so I'm really appreciative of that. I'll never forget the days where I'd run up and down the clubhouse and just cause havoc and be all up in the gym upstairs and sneak around. I'll never forget those days. They are fun memories of mine. So again, thank you guys for that. I pray that many more children are able to be privileged enough to have what I had from a young age and be part of such a family and community. So again, well done guys, and just keep doing what you're doing.
That was fantastic, Wes. We want you to continue shining, be a role model for our young black men I know as you're the favourite grandson. Keep up the good work, Wes. You're fantastic. Fisher, who have we got
Who have we
next?
got now? Whitney and Tanya Toussaint. I'm looking forward to hearing this, ladies. Whitney and Tanya. Whitney and
Toussaint?
Tanya.
Burke.
Okay.
Fisher, you're getting it wrong
I'm testing
again.
you, man. You're here
All
with
right,
me to
all
correct
right.
my mistakes.
Okay.
Whitney and Tanya Burke.
And what they're singing, so amazing.
Oh, that's such a big track. They've taken on some big track, all of the local artists. Please, let's all listen into this massive, massive track coming from Whitney and Tanya.
Burke.
Love has truly been good to me. Not even one sad day or minute that I have since you come my way. I hope you know I'll gladly go anywhere you take me. It's so amazing to be loved. Follow you to the moon and the sky above. Ooh, ooh, I'll go. Got to tell you how you thrill me. I'm happy as I can be. You have come and it's changed my whole world. Bye-bye, bye-bye, sadness, hello, mellow. What a wonderful day. It's so amazing to be loved. I follow you to the moon and the sky above. I'll go. And it's so amazing, amazing. Love brought us together, together. Here in love and never leave you, never. 'Cause we got amazing love. Truly it's amazing, amazing. Love will stay together, together. Promise leave you, never leave you, never. 'Cause we've got amazing love. Ooh, so amazing, amazing. I've been waiting for a love like you. It's so amazing to be loved. I follow you to the moon and the sky above. It's so amazing to be loved. I follow you to the moon and the sky above. And you know, and it's so amazing to be loved. I follow you to the moon and the sky above. And you know, it's so amazing to be loved. I follow you to the moon and the sky above. And you know, it's so amazing to be loved. I follow you to the moon and the sky above. Ooh.
I'm so amazing, so amazing.
Go on, Pam.
Oh, I won't do it. I won't do it.
It done away already, you know. You better stop now.
Oh, come on, Fisher. You're just jealous. Oh, isn't
My
it
God.
amazing to listen to these two young ladies singing?
That's a big tune to cover there, you know, and they did it spot on, man. Well done, ladies.
Do you know who they are?
No, I don't.
They are the chairman's, Jerry Burke's daughters.
Okay, what's their names again?
And one of them is my goddaughter.
Wow.
I'm proud to say. I had to. Whitney and Tanya, big up yourself. Fantastic singers. You know, I've always said, when my work is done is when I've taught you how to sing and you just take it away. You have made me proud. Keep up the good work and I will move on to the next person to build them up to where you are.
You have built up so many people. Seriously, you have built up a lot of people here in Leicester, young lady.
Thank you,
Pam,
Bishop.
it's been a pleasure knowing you and everything like that.
I've done to you.
We'll come to that later.
Okay, all right, okay. Right, so we've got an interview now with our very own chairman, Mr. Jerry Burke.
Mr. Jerry Burke.
Over to you. Okay, so I've got Mr. Jerry Burke, the chair of Highfields Rangers. Jerry, can you tell me of your involvement with Highfields Rangers over the years?
My involvement with Rangers over the years. Okay, let me start how I actually got involved. I'm sure I've heard a lot of people talk about Edson Charles. I'm going back to 1978. The only team I saw at that time was a black team, was Brazil. And we actually, a couple of us as friends were playing football. We entered a competition at Highfields Community Centre. And I have to say, the great Highfields Rangers had a five-a-side team in there. And a couple of my friends, I won't name them because their heads might get too big, but we actually played against that Rangers team and we beat them. We beat them in the final. And as you can imagine, Edson, who saw these set of young, it was like, who's these upstarts? And within the space of, like I said, just that small time, Edson came after us, asked us to come and play for Highfields Rangers. Came and played for them, 1978, and as I say, the rest is history. I've been here ever since.
Okay. So you talked about when you played for them.
Sure.
What did you play? What position did you play, shall I say?
I played midfield. In terms of that, I came and I was playing amongst a whole set of guys who, like I said, I had heard of the Rangers, and I came into the reserve team. Started playing there. I quickly moved up into the first team and started playing with that first team. And then even as part of that process, I then just began to get involved in a wider range of Rangers business that I'm sure we'll come on to. So, yeah.
And I know a lot of people talk about their family playing for Rangers through the family. They've played through Rangers. Is that the case with you as well?
Yeah, because at that time, that team at the time, my brother was involved in that. So a lot of people here don't even realise that my eldest brother played for Rangers. So my eldest brother played. So let's go for the family. So I took it on board. And then my other brother, Nigel, or Natty as most people know him, he started playing. And then when everybody's talking about women's advancement, I suppose it was the brush off from my sister, because my sister came to play for Highfields Rangers at that great female team at that time. So there was a great family involvement. I was looking for my sons to come on board, but they didn't quite turn to that as the rest of us have. So.
And that just, what you've just said there, just clarify the point. You know, a lot of people think Rangers is just a football club or it's just a man's club. Tell me a little bit about the women's team that your sister played for here at Highfields
the women's
Rangers.
team, and again, I have to go to the legend, because I call him legend, Alfonso. I think he managed to get that group of females together, and that team, you know, they came very, very successful as a female team. As I said, it's a pity that they were going on. So again, that just shows you the role where we was at. Before people started about women being in football, Rangers were there. It just got set up as that natural process in terms of developing female at the club. And as you pointed out, Rangers isn't just about football. We're looking at that broader sense of how we can get a wide range of people involved in the club, you know, to achieve what we need to achieve. So, yeah.
And I know that you talk about your brothers playing, but I know your daughters are volunteers. You want to talk a bit about that as well?
Yeah. I'm underselling a bit.
Absolutely.
Because my other daughter, she's actually got involved with the juniors, so she helps out at the canteen. My daughters will always come and perform. They're coming here to perform today in terms of helping out today. So I think, as I heard some speakers say already, where most of the families have got involved, I think that's one of the things that have attracted them, because I think through us, you know, so through those members, many people, so be it like I said, the parents, the children after them, the grandkids, they find their way here. And that's really refreshing. As I said, I've heard, you know, I don't think nobody realises that we've had, like I said, the range of brothers and sisters that reflects our community at the time of playing for this club, or been involved in some way at Highfields Rangers. Yeah.
Okay. And you've talked about your football involvement with Rangers, but tell me about the other roles that you've held here at Highfields Rangers.
Well, I again, when I was playing football, I quickly got involved in the management committee, because I was involved in community development, and again, one of the young lads on the group, and I wanted to see how that developed. And I have to quickly tell you the story, because when I got involved in Rangers, I think, and again, maybe it's not a shame, but I'll put it up there. I think I was one of the first members to have children on that group. And anyway, as the meeting started going on, Rangers was known for meetings starting at 6 o'clock and finishing at 12 o'clock at night. Now, I was one of the first, knowing that I had to get home to go and get back to my kids, and I ain't gonna name the chairman at the time, but anyway, as the meeting got to 11 o'clock, I always turned around and the signal was, God, is that the time? Because by the time we looked up, we came here from 5 o'clock. You know, sometimes we reached here early, and as I said, it's no joke, we was leaving here 12 o'clock at night. And again, even at that time, I understand that, because that was a range of things that we had to discuss. But I think one of the things we had to do was just to start managing those things much better and more properly, you know. So I got involved in that. I did leave after a while, because I then got involved working for Leicester City Council, and it was only back in 2015 I got back involved in terms of the broader sense with Rangers and became chairperson again. So.
Brilliant. 50 years. It's a huge milestone for Highfields Rangers. And Solomon have just alluded to support that's put in place now. Rangers is supporting people with their health, their holistic needs, prostate cancer, mental health and so forth. What have Rangers got in plan, or you probably don't want to share it, for the next 50 years of sustainabilities?
I think it's a good
glad
question.
to hear that Rangers is now embracing health and well-being and the holistic needs of individuals. But have you got anything you'd share with us?
Well, I think one of the things I've been trying to do with Rangers, and it's interesting hearing sort of speakers that, because we always keep talking about, all right, I've reached this age, and some of us will know, you have to plan. You don't just make things happen, because I think Rangers back in the day, we was very fortunate, because we had that, you know, we had like a route for people to come through. Things have changed now, and so we need to look at different ways in which we're doing that. So from my point of view, I've already begun to look and see, how do we encompass all those holistic things that you've talked about that we need to achieve. And so one of my visions is to make sure that we look at, you know, getting a building which is fit for purpose. Even today, look here. Today we're here, so we're going to have to move out to make sure we get space for singers, etc. Now, if we had a building that could meet all the needs of prostrate, music, education, development, that would be brilliant. But we are where we are. So one of my visions is to look at a two-story building that will encompass all those things that, you know, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work that's going to take on, and hopefully we'll be able to achieve that. But that should be the dream. We should be looking to see, okay, we've done well here, but right, where do we move on for the next 50 years? And that involves us working with some of the partners. That involves us working really, really hard, because I'm very conscious some of the members, they're not getting any younger. So we've got to look at that development, you know, so. Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Jerry Burke, Chair of Highfield Rangers. Long may Highfield Rangers continue, and thank you
Bless
very
you.
much.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Thank you.
We'd like to dedicate this song to Mr. Chairman, our dad, Jerry Burke. I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. Everybody searching for a hero. We all need someone to look up to. I never found anyone who fulfills my needs. A lonely place to be. And so I learned to depend on me. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I have lived as I believe. No matter what they take from me, they can't take away my dignity. Because the greatest love of all is happening to me. I found the greatest love of all inside of me. The greatest love of all is easy to achieve. Learning to love yourself, it is the greatest love of all. I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadow. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I have lived as I believe. No matter what they take from me, they can't take away my dignity. Because the greatest lead you to a lonely place. Find your strength in
Once again, we want to thank Whitney and Tanya for that lovely rendition, both songs. So amazing.
Beautiful voices.
Greatest love of all. So fitting. Jerry, you must be proud to have a daughters like this singing. But it's down to me, isn't it? Really.
Pam, we know
Fisher,
it's down
please.
to you. Jerry, your daughters did you proud. This is a dad talking. Absolutely fantastic rendition. Carry on, Pam.
Let me come in again. So, girls, just when you hit that high note, you just need to level off a little
But
bit
wait.
up there and then drop yourself back down. You know how I've always taught you. Fantastic, guys, yeah? Brilliant. But guess what? We've got some people calling in. We've got Earl Monroe from Canada calling in. We hear you.
Earl, what you do over there?
Yeah.
What
We've
we
got Anthony Jeffers from here in Leicester.
Specialist torch.
Yes, we've got Pat Monroe.
Big up the Monroe family every
We've got
time.
Sonia Hilton. We've got calls from Nottingham, Canada, Antigua. Hold on. There's a call coming in.
We're going out
Right,
around
hello,
the world,
hello.
trust me.
Hello.
Pam's getting one from international right now.
Jamaica.
Away from.
Jamaica.
Where them a phone from? Moko?
Calling Jamaica.
And Moko them a phone
Yes,
from?
calling to wish Rangers. Yes, we've got you, Jamaica. We've loved you. We see you. We see you. We hear you. Yep, Jamaica. Thank you. Thank you very much.
You remember that comedian from Jamaica, Penguin?
Oh, Penguin.
Oh,
Penguin
he was
mad.
funny, he was.
Penguin
Trust me.
was fantastic.
I love, he had me in tears, man.
Yes, no, he was fantastic, Fishhead. Yes,
I've got to
Fishhead.
big up some people here as well.
Go on then.
You know, I want to big up families, you know, like the Johnsons, the Stabanas. We're talking about regular families here in Leicester. There's so much of them. And I also want to say we've got a bar here named Ruben's Bar. Can you tell us something about that, Pam?
Yes, definitely. As we can see there, Ruben was a gentleman who lived and breathed Highfield Rangers. We may say Morris is a younger version of him in a way. I know a lot of
That
you
kills me, that
were
does.
bigging up Morris, but I don't know if it's a lot of you ringing up or Morris going outside and ringing up.
For real.
But we're getting quite a lot and he keep leaving this room. So I think he's ringing up himself. I don't mean that. But Ruben was a dedicated, along with other people.
Sonny Boy.
Yes.
Vince.
Very, very dedicated people here at Rangers that are doing fantastic job. We want to thank you. For those absent friends who are gone on, we want your family to know, the families to know how we appreciate you all, and we just want to thank you.
And there's
for
some
that.
young ones that have really come through as well. I got to big up Joe and Alexander. I can remember the Bumper Crew, the Carinosa Crew. Pam, tell me about some of these groups. Now, come, tell me, man.
Fishhead. There were so many young kids in Carinosa and Bumper Crew, but a lot of them was Fishhead kids. You know, I don't want to say that.
Bro.
I don't want to say that. But it's
I tell you, me got talent long time, you know. It's still a come show.
At the last count, I think there was about 52 children. Okay.
Let me also big up the raffle. We Rangers always put on a good raffle. I remember when we used to be out there, no matter what the weather, they used to go out and get some fantastic raffle.
Yeah.
Look what we've got on raffle today. This is just a virtual raffle. We've got chocolates, we've got wine. We are looking after everybody, but you've got to answer some of these questions.
Fishhead, let me ask the question this time because I don't think you ask it right.
All right,
Are
no
the people not understanding you?
All right.
Question, people. We want you to really get into the chat now and get it. We've got these to give away. How many times have Rangers won the County Junior Cup? Is it once, twice, 4, or 6 times? Get on the buzzer. Just let us know and you could be the proud owner of one of these. I know Fisher don't never understand him when I say, but
Me
you
can't
got it
talk
now.
like that, boy.
Okay, so Fishhead, what have we got next?
You tell me, I've lost my
I think
page
we've
a
got a
minute.
message from Simone. We've got a message from Simone, and she's the head of equality PFA. Yeah,
Oh,
and
yes,
we're going
that's
straight
right.
into that now.
Hi, my name's Simone Pound from the Professional Footballers Association. I'm Head of Equality, Diversity and Inclusion. I went to De Montfort University and I've seen and know the success of Highfields Rangers. You're legendary in the game, and I'm wishing you a very happy 50th birthday on behalf of everyone at the PFA, staff and members.
Okay, so I've got Andrew Roberts here with me this morning. Thank you for coming.
No problem, anytime.
Andrew, 50 years of Rangers going this year. Tell me, how have you been involved with the club over the
I was
years?
involved from 1989. I came from Nirvana Football Club to Reet Valley Football Club, which is down the road, to Highfields Rangers. Courtesy of a few friends of mine used to play for Highfields Rangers. Been 31 years since I've been involved in the club. And I don't look it, but I'm still there.
Oh, fantastic. Did I hear you say you came from another club?
Yeah, Nirvana Football Club.
Okay. What has Ranger had then that pulled you
I think
here?
it was the more the family values here. I came here, weren't the best of young person growing up, so it kept me out of trouble, Highfields Rangers. And there were some role models here which took me to a different level.
If I may say, Rangers have done a very good job of you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I also know, Andrew, from my experience of being with Rangers, you've been involved with the Funday.
I have.
What
Well, the
have
Funday
you-
came apart. I used to come here when I was about 12 years old, going to the Funday when it was hot every bank holiday Monday.
Okay.
So we used to have a lot of water fights with a lot of children here from the area and from Highfields. So there's a meeting point. As you know, in the summer we didn't have much things to do in the summer, so Highfields Rangers was a pinnacle point for us to come. So all the young people from around Highfields and the surrounding areas to come together and have water fights. We used to look forward to the water fights every Highfields Rangers Day. It was a good day out.
Okay. And I know that you've got children now. Do you replicate your experience of Rangers with your children,
Yeah.
or maybe in the future?
Not in the future, 'cause I'm having no more children.
Okay.
However, my children do come here every year.
Yeah.
My eldest is 20 odd years old. She still comes and she still enjoys it here.
Oh, brilliant. As I've just said, 50 years of Rangers being in existence. What do you think Rangers have that give that sustainabilities where a lot of organisations are closing? What do you think it is
I think
about
the members
Rangers?
make this club. It's more about the members in this club.
Yeah.
I think Rangers has always been in my heart, and I can talk with other members of the club who is in the heart as well. I think Rangers is just a standpoint in the Leicester community. We talk about Highfields Rangers, talk about Highfields Workshop, they're standpoints in the community.
And if I may add, you talk about that family values, the members and so forth, so that I would imagine play a big part, would you say?
Very much so.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. I know, for example, Leicester is classed as one of the most diverse city in the UK. How do you think Rangers stack up in terms of its diversity, in terms of members here, in terms of players rather, not members, but players?
I'll say members as well, because when I first came here, there's a majority, about 80% of Black Caribbean members here. And there were some English members here who to fit in nicely. We welcomed them in as their own. They took on board our values and our ethics, which is brilliant. Football-wise, it was kind of honour in my time for an English or Somalian or any other culture to come and play for Highfields Rangers. Especially to go out of town and play football against Braunston and New Parks. It was an honour to play for Highfields Rangers, and it brought that culture to the football pitch.
Yeah, yeah. Are you aware of how many teams there are here and what age group it goes from at present?
I know we've got the under 5, I do believe, going all the way up to the senior team, which is good. There are 6 teams involved, I think, now, which is good. When I joined, we had the first team, reserves, and a third team. So the third team was all the players who didn't really make it to the reserves. I don't know about our team there because house levels. However, I know they're doing great now for the young children.
Yeah, and I know we talk about the football, we talk about the Funday, but tell me some of the other activities that goes on here in Highfield Rangers that you have personally been involved.
I've been involved a lot of the entertainment side. When I was coming through the ranks at Highfield Rangers, we used to go to Blaby and South Wixton, and after the football game, they used to have like fruit machines and pool tables and stuff to entertain us while we were there. Now, Highfield Rangers didn't have that at first, and I used to work for a fruit machine company where all of about entertainment. So I used to bring in new slates for the pool tables. We used to have pool competitions after football matches, and have a lot of music here, and so people can gather, and that was our community. Most of my friends now have come from Highfield Rangers. I started to do food in the kitchen afterwards, so to make people to spend some time and talk about the football match afterwards.
Okay. I know for people who will be watching this may not know, but just lastly, and the last question is, you talk about people have come from Highfields over to Highfield Rangers. It may be a bit confusing for people who don't know, but Highfield Rangers is on the other side, where Highfields, what again, am I asking you, and maybe it's in the answer you've given me, is pulling people to this club?
I think you have to go back to the history, because Highfield Rangers started on Victoria Park, I do believe, if you read through the history book. So coming from Highfields itself, everybody used to ask the question, why is Highfield Rangers in Rushmead? It's still Highfield Rangers, our heart's still in Highfield Rangers, come from Rushmead. So it's a home, this is a home, it's a community. It's definitely a community here.
Okay, Andrew, I would say you speak with a lot of passion. I could feel the passion in your voice about this club. Thank you, long may it live.
Thank you very much.
I want to thank Andrew Touch Roberts. That's a fantastic name. Where'd you get that name from, mate? I've had lots of admiration for you, Andrew. Well done. Fantastic job that you've done there. As usual, Pam.
Yeah, shame you say it's a fantastic job, so we can't say the same about his hairstyle.
Wow. Blow, Andrew. Don't listen to them people here.
No, he's in I don't know if you've seen his hairstyle. It's a lockdown hairstyle, Andrew.
Andrew. Me have you back, Andrew. No worry yourself.
Nice one. You know, guys, you're getting this competition wrong. Pam Charles, you've got it wrong. Ivan Jeffers, you've got it wrong. Teresa Quayle, you've got it wrong.
Everybody.
Ryan Charles, you've got it wrong. Come in again. Come in and try. Come on, people. Carly Buchanan, thank you for the well-wishing message for Rangers. Also, Julie.
Thank you, everybody, for all these lovely messages.
Keep those messages coming in. Just go to the chat and get your messages in, please.
We've got a fantastic steel band here in Leicester called Contrast Steel Band. I know those ladies and gentlemen that are in it. These young people are doing so well in Leicester. Absolutely fantastic. I keep telling her, I want a jingle, I want a jingle. Bust me a tune pan the steel pan, man.
Our finest steel band here in Leicester, Contrast Steel Band. Over to you, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy.
Hi, just want to say quick congratulations to Highfields Rangers on their 50th anniversary. What an amazing achievement that is, especially for a black run club from the 70s. You are a real pillar of our community and you should be proud of yourselves. So thank you from me and everyone at Leicester City Football Club. You've done us proud. Cheers.
We've got a winner. We've got a winner, Pam.
We have.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
Ryan.
Who have we got?
A gentleman goes by the name of Ryan. Ryan Charles, I believe. Ryan, you won yourself one of these prizes. Trust me, you're going to enjoy this. If you want me to come around and test it with you, please let me know. You know what I mean?
Congratulations. Well done. Well done.
We have another question coming up soon, a competition question. We will let you know about it in a while. Please stay with us. Share the love. Make it fun. It is a fun day, virtual fun day. Highfields Rangers 50th anniversary fun day. Please let everybody know about it. We still got loads of time left. Pam?
Oh, absolutely. And we've just had Contrast Steel Band. Did you enjoy that,
Big
people?
up.
Our
Big up.
very own finest homemade Contrast Steel Band here in Leicester. Big up you guys. Pat, continue with the fantastic job with all of your steel
Pam,
band
can you
players.
remember the gentleman that founded the Contrast Steel Band?
Yes.
Cyprian Jakes, oh my God,
Jakes.
Mr. Jakes.
Yes.
Wow,
Yes.
big up Mr. Jakes every time.
Absolutely. And Pat has continued with the work that he started. Well done, Pat. But listen up, I've just had a request for the cricket family. This is coming from Charles Burnett. He wants to big up the cricket family here at Highfields Rangers. Reg Thomas, Cat Marshall,
Sylvester Cat,
Sylvester the Cat, Xander,
Reg Francis,
Andrew, and so forth. We also want to big up Libird, T. Libird. We hear you. We got your message. Come on, people.
Let
Keep
me tell you
bringing in
something,
the
Pam.
messages on the chat.
Rangers, we used to have local matches against each other. Rangers and Caribbean. They used to come to Caribbean's cricket ground. We used to come down here as well. None of them could get fished out, you know. Me I tell you now. None of them Carl could get fished out.
So you were good at something?
Me don't care what them have to say out there, you know. There's only one person that used to get me out was Xander. There was this cricketer. His name was Nolan. He said he could spin.
Yeah.
And he used to come and try bowl and a chalk ball in the air, call them moon ball. I had time to run home and eat dinner and come back before me knock him for 6. Trust me. No, honestly, we had some great fun locally against each other. And we are not going to forget those good times.
Oh, fantastic. Brilliant, brilliant. What have we got next? I think we've got a saxophonist coming up. We've heard him before, and we're hearing him again.
Wes Morgan.
Oh,
what
he's not a saxophonist.
No, he's not the saxophonist. What we on about?
Fisher, how you get that so wrong?
But we got to big him up still.
No, Wes Morgan. It is Wes Morgan. Fisher, I told you that.
I know that. Right.
Okay.
You think
So we've got Wes
fun?
Morgan. Wes Morgan is the former captain of Leicester City Football, and we must big up Wes because he saw Leicester City to the Premier League.
5,000 to 1.
Absolutely fantastic. And now, Fisher, now we're going to move on to the saxophonist, Mr. Rob Charles. Take it away, Rob. Right, guys, we're back again. Guess where we are? Home of Highfield Rangers here at Gleneagle Avenues. Having a fantastic time. I stood corrected. Wes Morgan is the current club captain of Leicester City Football. Thank you, Wes. Fantastic. Thank you. Fishhead.
Well, Wes took us to our highest peak, Leicester Football Club, Premiership winners. Oh my gosh, that was something special. We never saw that one coming, did we? We did not see that one coming. Who were we just listening to? We had so many things on the list here. We still have a lot of things. Please, we've got a new competition here. How many chairmen has Rangers, Highfield Rangers, had over the last 50 years? Did I get that right?
Well, sort of. If we want to be politically correct, we should be asking how many chairpersons
Politically correct.
have Highfield Rangers had over 50 years. Once again, guys, don't make this one go too long. We've got loads of prizes to give away. Get in the chat, give the answers, and we'll have the winner on this very, very soon. So keep going, get into the chat, guys. And now, I think we've got a tug-of-war coming up.
Yes, we're going to have something about the tug-of-war, Pambo, but let's talk about the real Funday tug-of-war. Please, let's get back in there. I remember at the beginning of it, all them strongmen used to come and drag down the woman them, you know. And then all of a sudden, we had some women that came from nowhere. What did they call themselves? Anchors?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, it was fantastic. Fishhead, like you say, it was then. The men did it then. That was history. Yeah? We aligned ourselves as women and we got our act together.
I couldn't believe it.
We had this lady. If you're out there, I can't remember your name. She was tall, she was big, she was solid. And all we had was to do was put her at the back of the rope. We call her the anchor.
The anchor,
She put that rope, if you watch me, she put that rope round her waist and she stood there like this. And the rest of us in front of her. And when I'm on stage, I'm here Fishhead with Fiend Boy. Men, pull. I just do this to rule the world.
Oh no.
Rule the world.
That was good
I
times.
said, take it away.
And we've got to big up the young ones as well, the boys and the girls. Even the girls were winning the boys. I'm like,
Pull them down. Pull them down.
But it was one of those funniest things that we had. We've still got videos. People have still got videos as well. So please keep on interacting. This is all about Rangers
Memory Lane.
Virtual Funday 2020.
But guess what we've got to show people now is a tug-of-war. But guess what we've done? The ladies have stood back. Let the men do it themselves. See if they can get it right. Oh, war, men only.
Hey, come on, lads, stop cheating. Come to me. Give me the slack, please. Give me the slack. Slacking.
Yeah, we got one left man again.
You ain't?
Yeah, we have. Yeah.
Who's gone?
The man again.
Look at this man. Hey. Ready? Pull!
Pull, you're wrong!
Right, you've seen that tug-of-war. I think we'll move on and we'll come back to the tug-of-war shortly. But we'll move on again to Astra Sibon, and she will be singing her own tune. It's Still a Man.
I love that name, Astra. Absolutely love that name, Astra Sibon. Let's hear what she's got to sing here.
I love the singing. Take it away.
illusion playing in my mind. It's an illusion playing over, illusion playing in my mind. It's an illusion playing over, like a game you skillfully made you move and played me. I should've known from your history, enigma, puzzle, mystery. It felt like eternal bliss that had no place to exist. If I know what was coming in, feet not failing, get to running. It's an illusion playing in my mind. It's an illusion playing over, illusion playing in my mind. It's an illusion playing over. There's no truth in what you're giving, no love, no natural living. All that glistens isn't gold. Those with eyes know how the story's so. What in the world is happening? It wasn't this way in the beginning, but my vision's clearer now. Where's the real you? I can see you. Every time I try and break away, you say the right thing, make me stay and hold me once again as a lover, kind of friend. I'm gonna find the strength this time to walk away, step out the line and free me completely. It's an illusion playing in my mind. It's an illusion playing over, illusion playing in my mind. It's an illusion, yeah, playing over. There's no truth in what you're giving, no love, no natural living. All that glistens isn't gold. Those with eyes know how the story's so. What in the world is happening? It wasn't this way in the beginning, but my vision's clearer now. Where's the real you? I can see you. Like a game you skillfully made your move and played me. I should've known from your history, enigma, puzzle, mystery. It felt like eternal bliss that had no place to exist. If I know what was coming in, feet not failing, get to running. It's an illusion playing in my mind. Illusion playing over. It's an illusion playing in my mind. It's an illusion playing over, in my mind all the time. This illusion playing over, in my mind all the time. This illusion playing over. Ooh.
Hello Highfields Rangers, I hope you're well. My name is Terry Angus. I'm the Equalities Executive in Communities for the Professional Footballers Association, PFA. I just wanted to take this time to say a massive congratulations. 50 years in any walk of life is a great achievement, and what you've done for the community of Leicester should be applauded. So I just wanted you to know that all of us at the PFA Equalities community wish you all the best in the future. Let's hope for another 50 years. The work you've done with young people particularly young people, has been amazing. Let's hope this continues and keep doing the work in the community. Take care and congratulations. And if you notice, I'm a Coventry City fan. Take care. Bye.
Okay, so we've just had a message from Angus, Terry Angus. We just want to say thank you. Astra Sibon, thank you for that fantastic rendition.
Big up Terry and Astra.
Absolutely, but Fishhead, let's take a step back to the tug of war. Did you see the tug of war?
Yes, I saw the tug of war there.
Did you see
there was a lot of moaning and grunting.
Did you see who was in the tug of war?
Yes, men rule the world, innit? No. There was men.
You see, there's Fishhead. Because the women have been winning all the time, we put the men in a position to see if they can win themselves. So it was all men.
And what did you think about that?
Nobody won.
Oh, yeah.
They couldn't even knock themselves out of a wet paper bag.
But
it's
yes.
as simple as that.
It's not like the real thing.
That's not the real thing, and it will never be the real thing, because we won't, us women will not go up against those men. It'll be an embarrassing situation.
Wow.
Guys, shame on you, but you've done
good little effort anyway. It was a
done
good
well
little
to
effort.
try all the groaning and
We have
moaning.
another winner. We have another winner.
Yes, we have, and guess who it is? Judith Harding.
Judith, we had a couple of right answers, by the way, but we timed Judith as the very first.
That's right, she came in
So
first.
you're a winner.
And what has she won? She's won
Shall we give her a bottle of wine?
Yes,
Some
yes.
Hardee's.
Bottle of wine
Go,
coming to you,
Judith.
Judith.
Go, girl.
And the answer was, there is 4 chair in the history of Highfield Rangers.
Well done, everybody that got it right as well.
And
but
I'll get that in again. There was 1 vice chair, 1 woman. Myself, Pamela
Chairperson.
Campbell Morris. Let's tell the people. Whoops, sorry.
let me get that for you now. Oh.
We've had other people join. Can we introduce ourselves again?
Oh, yes.
I'm Pamela Campbell Morris.
Oh, hello, Pamela Campbell Morris.
To meet you.
I'm Mr. Fitzroy Fishhead Wallace, as if you didn't know that.
And we're here at the home of the Highfield Rangers, taking the virtual Funday to you live and direct. Enjoy. Keep getting into those chats. Interact with us. We want to give you a shout out, but it's a two-way thing. Keep it going, guys.
Oh, by the way, if you want to
Fantastic.
send some virtual food to me, you can do that, just
Oh,
fling it over,
Fishhead, your
dash it
belly,
over the
your
screen.
belly, your
I will
belly.
collect it.
Your belly, and look how big your belly be.
No, honestly, I want to big up everybody that's ever been to Highfield Rangers Football Club. It's such a fantastic memory place up here. You go down memory lane when you come up here. Thank you for supporting this club. 50 years we're celebrating today, pal.
And we're going to go another.
Wow.
Look at your little face.
Oh,
You look
I
so
love
happy.
it. I love it. Absolutely
You look so
love it.
happy.
This is like my second home. You know that Leicester Caribbeans is my first home. But Leicester people, wherever you are in the world now, thank you so much for the support that you've been giving Highfield Rangers Club. Absolutely overwhelming.
Well deserved, well deserved. And we've been getting quite a lot of calls in for Morris Christian. We've got so many dedicated volunteers here at Rangers, and it takes us nicely into another volunteer that's really committed here at Highfield Rangers. Ladies and gentlemen, please listen to Solomon Paul.
Wake up, Solomon. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I've got Solomon Paul here with me. And Solomon, can you just tell me about your involvement with the Highfield Rangers Club?
My involvement right now is that I'm first team manager, I'm groundsman. Right, I do anything that the club needs me to do. Right, that's what I do here now.
Okay, Solomon, I think you're being a little bit thingy with the truth, because I know you do a lot more at Highfield Rangers. So let's talk about first team manager first, yeah? What does that entail?
Entails a lot of work, Pam, a lot of organising, make sure that the team is where it's supposed to be. Right, dealing sometime with the county FA, make sure the pitch is prepared, and getting the players in them to make sure they're on time for the games. you know, and things like that. Sometimes it can be very, very hard.
I could imagine. So, how many teams are you managing here at Highfield Rangers?
Right now, I'm managing one team, but it seems like 20.
Okay.
Because you're dealing with young men from 16 up to 21, you know, further. And sometimes some of these kids, they've got so much to do, they don't really want to play football, so you've got to encourage them to come back to play the game.
Okay. And a very important bit, you talk about the groundsman, because if the grounds are not right, then football won't be right. Tell me about that.
Preparation. I am 67 this year, and 6 years ago, it was 7 years in November. It was the 9th of November, it was my birthday, and I went to work, and my kids and them phoned me and said to me, "Dad, where are you?" So I said, "I'm at work." She says, "Dad, we're all around the house, we come for, you know, your birthday." So I walked upstairs, because the industry I was in was food industry, you know what I mean, and I walked upstairs and I said to the boss, "I'm finished." He says, "What do you mean you're finished?" I said, "I'm finished, I've been with this company, I think it's about 15 years. And he says, "I'm finished." He says, "Why?" He says, "Because I don't want to work no more. I've been working since I was 15 years old." So I decided, well, because I finished the work, I had to find something to do. And I know that Rangers, they didn't have the money to pay for a groundsman. So I came down here and I took on that work. And from then, I just look after the ground.
You know, you're sitting there, Solomon, and you're talking so blasé about what you do, and I know that you do more. You know, a few years ago when David Cameron talked about community and volunteering, we could have brought him here to the Highfield Rangers and tell him that he's not thinking about nothing new. This is a specimen of volunteering. Solomon, I know that you're here from morning until night, a jack of all trade in terms of volunteering. Now, I think I've asked the question, and I'm going to ask you and see if you've got the right answer, and if you haven't got it, I'll tell you the answer. Why do you think Highfield Rangers, for 50 years when other organisations have failed?
Because there were 6 friends, right? There were 6 of us. There were 6 friends who decided that we're going to make a commitment, right? You know, I mean, we were young, and what Highfield Rangers to me, right, it might be something else to Fanso, Delroy, Hedson, Bogey, and Morris. What it is to me is that I was 17 years old, and I was going off the rail. And my mom sent me to my auntie in London and says, "You're going to go and stay with your auntie in London because police come to my mom's door." So I decided, mom sent me away. I was playing football, didn't want to go. I got a job. I went to college at Shepherd Bush College in London. I got a job in London Underground. And there was something missing, Pam, right? And I had to come back. I used to work nights. And I had to come back every Saturday morning. I catch the train and come back and come and play football and make sure I got back on Sunday night to go straight to work. From the time I made that commitment, right, it wasn't very easy to let go. You just want to say it, go, go, go. There is no answer for it. I don't know why, right? It's something in your blood. You know, it's very difficult to make people understand. Something in your veins that tells you that you've got to go and do. And that's what keeps me here.
So the word that I'm looking for, or the words, is when we talked about why Rangers exist for 50 years when others are not. Because I can say it, you're not coming out with it. Rangers have survived on volunteers. All these years, people like yourself and some of the people that you have alluded to, apart from one section of Rangers having a paid worker, all these years it's operated on volunteers, which is something that needs to be applauded in a big way. So this is what I'm saying, you're sitting there and blasé, you're not recognizing
but
your contribution to the club. That's something that...
But it's not just me alone, Pam.
Not just you, but...
You put your amount of volunteer work in. You've been on the management committee, you've done your bit, right? You do post-grad council, which I think is wonderful for the community. We all do our bits because we believe in something. I believe in Highfield Rangers. Highfield Rangers to the community is somewhere where we all can come and feel comfortable. When I was in London, I went to a pub. The pub was full of white people, right? I didn't feel comfortable. As soon as I set my foot in this place here, I feel comfortable, right? I was born in the Caribbean. As soon as I get off the plane and I put my foot down, right, I feel that if I'm home. And that's what I relate to myself as being home. Highfield Rangers is the same as the Caribbean to me. When I come, it relates to the people that I see all around.
Fantastic. You talk about your experience, you know, of going off the rail, and obviously that sort of support your resilience of going to London and then doing things. We talked about Highfield Rangers as being a one-stop shop because we know it's not just football. We do a range of things here. But how are you, as a manager, sharing your experience with the young men that you're working with, and maybe women, to sort of support them to become as resilient as you were?
What I do, Pam, is that when they're in my environment, I try to explain to them what we went through as youths. Right? They're not going through that. Right? We went to football games where we were called names, right? But it didn't hinder us at all. Right? We just continued to play. We had to score 2 goals to get 1. You know what I mean? You go out into the country against the English teams, right? They was doing this, they were doing that. They didn't get a reaction from us. What I try to teach them is that the only way, right, to hurt that other team is not through your fists, is to beat them.
Absolutely.
Right? And that's what we try to teach them. And, you know, we had a couple of the guys that had some setbacks, which was like nervous breakdown, right? And as a club, we're bound together. There was 18-year-old kids. We didn't just leave them. We supported them, and we supported their parents, right, through what they were going through, right? Because they went one way, right, and sometimes they needed somebody to talk to. They came to my house. I went to their house, because sometimes when kids are going through things, you take them out of their parents' environment and put them into your environment, and you can actually get more out of them, right? This particular person, right, we took him out of his environment as a club, right, and we helped him, and he's back on the rail now. So that is to me is the achievement, and what I feel Rangers is all about. You don't leave nobody out there on their own.
Yeah, and these are the things that makes Highfield Rangers
unique.
Who it is unique. We're a one-stop shop. We're dealing with that holistic body of our individuals that comes through the door. So it's not just the football, it's not just the dance. We're looking after the holistic needs of individuals. Solomon, just lastly, Solomon, I hope that you're here for another 50 years. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Solomon. That was a brilliant thing. You've got some absolutely fantastic words. You're such a calm, you know, down-to-earth person. I know why they never scored no goals against you. Solomon, you're so dedicated to the club, honestly. We have to absolutely big you up, because I know that you could have gone to anywhere to play in the world, but you stuck with Rangers. That's what people need in their clubs. Team members that will stick by them and take them to places. What do you think,
Oh,
Pam?
Fisher, you're such a creep.
Oh, please.
You're such a creep.
No, I'm a sportsman. I know what it's
Yes,
like.
yeah,
I really
okay.
do know what it's like.
All right, okay, a sportsman. Gosh, that was then, Fisher.
Touch me
I see
again.
you. The furthest I see you running to the kitchen now.
Ah.
Okay, right. No, Solomon was also one of the founder members of Highfield Rangers. Big up, Solomon. Keep up the good work. Just want to give shout out to a few people who are in the chat giving us Rangers big up. Joel Hayes, Jimmy Morrison, Valerie Small,
Keep it coming.
G Mama, Kathy Kelly.
G-Maz.
We're hearing you. Please keep the conversation going. And now I think we'll move on to our next act. Is it G Blake?
G Blake, yeah, we got G Blake
Blake
coming again. We heard a bit on G Blake
He's
earlier
fantastic.
on. I'm listening to you, G Blake. Get it on.
He's fantastic. Over to you.
When I saw you standing there, I about fell off my chair. And when you move your lips to speak, I felt the blood rush to my feet. It took time for me to know what you tried so not to show. Something in my heart just cried. I see it all in your brown eyes. Yeah. Baby, I want you to want me the way that I want you, the way that it should be. Baby, you love me to want you the way that I want you. If you only let it be. You told yourself years ago you never let your feelings show. The obligation that you made for the title that they gave. Baby, I want you to want me the way that I want you, the way that it should be. Baby, you love me to want you the way that I want to. If you only let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. Singing words of wisdom, let it be, let it be. You told yourself years ago you never let your feelings show. The obligation that you made for the title that they gave. Baby, I want you to want me the way that I want you, the way that it should be. Baby, you love me to want you the way that I want to. If you only let it be, yeah. Baby, I want you to want me the way that I want you, the way that it should be. Baby, well, you love me to want you the way that I want to. If you only let it be. Thank you.
Hi, name's Nathan Tyson, former Nottingham Forest, Derby County forward and current Chesterfield Football Club forward. Just want to say congratulations, happy 50th anniversary to everyone at Highfields Rangers. You're doing a fantastic job, hearing great things about you guys, working with the community. So keep working hard, keep progressing well, and I hope to hear more great things in the future from you guys. So keep up the good work, keep up what you're doing. Thank you, bye.
What a big tune there by G. Blake.
Baby,
one of my favorite tracks that is.
I love you to want me.
G. Blake, you know that tune there?
Hey,
boy,
hey.
enough picnic don't make to that, you know. Boy,
Hey, did you see Morris and Reg rubbing off the wallpaper?
yeah, me know them go on like them shy.
And Vanessa,
we have them on the
rubbing off wallpaper and go on here.
There's some young ladies here inside the place as well. They're absolutely having a good time as well.
They don't know the good old days.
No, we can't take them back, them boy. They won't understand it. But yes, we are loving this celebration. Virtual Rangers Funday 2020. 50 years, Pam.
50 years. Guess what, Fishhead? We've got another question coming up. Another question.
Raffle question.
Listen up, raffle question. What is the name of the player that played for Highfields Rangers and for the England national team?
I know the answer. Am I
No,
allowed
we don't,
to?
no, we don't want it from
Oh
you.
my gosh.
So people, get in the chat, get that going. We've got a few more prizes to give away in half an hour. And don't forget, I'm hopelessly in love with Shen.
Carol Thompson.
Oh, man.
Yes, Pam. All right, Pam.
Okay. Right, what have we got here going now? We want to thank G. Blake. He was fantastic.
Yes, G. Blake. Maximum respect.
Right.
We got a Danny Rawls interview coming up, right? So let's go straight into the Danny Rawls interview.
Over to you.
Thank you. Danny Rawls interview. This is going to be good.
Fantastic. So I've got Mr. Danny Rowell here with me this afternoon. Danny, I'll let you tell me about it. Can you tell me about your role here at Highfields Rangers?
Well, my current role, I've been involved with the club for many, many years. My current role, I'm the secretary for the junior football, which involves registering all the players, doing all the DBS checks, making everything else is clear, looking after the junior managers, making sure all the fixtures are on time, but make sure administering all that side of the junior football. I'm also the welfare officer, some of the first aid stuff for the junior teams as well. So, and of course that's really key, working with youth, making sure everything's right on that side. Sort of the main contact with the county FA as well, and all the leagues for the junior football. And when I say junior, that's 18s and unders.
Okay.
And I also support with the first team.
Oh wow, very varying role.
Yeah.
And you talked about your involvement in at Highfields Rangers. What does that look like? Tell me about your involvement. When did you start involving with Highfields Rangers, and how?
This is a really strange story. I've been involved with the club now for many years. Unlike a lot of the other people, a lot of the members of the clubs, I actually didn't grow up in Highfields. I was on the other side of the town. And I was actually playing football with some of the boys from Highfields on a Sunday side, and they invited me to come along to Highfields Rangers. My younger brother was already established at Rangers, and I came along just as I'll come along. And at that time, it was in the early 80s, I had no idea I'd be with the club for 40 odd years after that. So I came as a player originally, and as part of the development of the club, I became the club secretary, supported Darrell King, who was the chair at the time. There's a lot of things that needed doing. We sort of changed through that era. I then took on as a coach. I ran my own team, right from under 8s up to under 16s. I then took on the secretary role for the youth, and still been supporting them all the time, doing coaching throughout that role. So it's been a long and varied thing, and all the time supporting the club in any other way we can. We changed clubhouse. We went for charter standard, all kinds of things we had to move to develop the club forward. So yeah, it's been an interesting time.
Oh, fantastic. Now, 50 years of being in existence takes some doing.
Yeah.
In your role, because it's so fascinating, do you think there's a role to sort of work with these young people for them to become as resilient as you guys were back then? Do you think there's a role for for you or someone else in the club?
I think so, yeah. I think there's a role, not particularly for an individual, but for us all who have been part of the club, is to pass that on, that shared ownership. It's not just about us. It's just the club's going to be here, hopefully, long after I'm gone. And it is just getting them involved, getting them to see the value of what we've got here. A place where you can come and actually feel comfortable, be around your friends, meet new people. I think it's hugely important, and I don't think because we've got it, we don't realise how valuable it is. You go to other towns, I speak to other clubs, and they would die to have what we have here. So again, it's trying to get our younger generation involved, taking on some of that responsibility, because there's no hiding it. It's not an easy job to do. I think any of the management committee will tell you that. Even the coaches will tell you that. It's a commitment that you have to put in, but what comes out of it is really well worth it.
Brilliant, brilliant. With Rangers being in existence for over 50 years, I know that the club is run by black people.
Yeah.
But when we look out there on the pitch, it is so diverse. And basically, we know that Leicester is one of the most diverse city in terms of ethnicity.
Yeah.
Do you know how many ethnic groups we have playing for this club?
I couldn't put a figure on it, but I mean, just as a
name some of them.
we've got our African Caribbean friends, we've got white people from our community, we've got Eastern Europeans, we've got Somalians, we've got Asians, and obviously different castes with the Asians as well. So there's a variety there, and probably more than I even know. If you come down here on a Saturday morning when we're doing our training sessions. And you'll just look across the whole breadth of the teams, and there's a whole mixture. I think that's one of the beauties of the club. The doors open, people come and they join and they become as one, within Highfields Rangers.
Okay, brilliant. I know you talked about you being the welfare officer.
Yeah.
We know that mental health is a big thing, and let's face it, this is not mainly, but we do a lot of football here with men. How are we going to ensure that the mental health of our players are taken into consideration?
By with engaging them, not just on the football pitch, but outside the football pitch. Have an interest of what they're doing outside. Because a lot of time we've had players come into the club, which is their outlet, and it is where they're. But as soon as they leave the ground, it changes. So it's being having an awareness of where they're coming from, what their issues are, how can we help. We're limited. We're not healthcare professionals, but we've been in the business that long, so we can recognise them, we can talk to people, and that's half role of the coaches, players myself, and recognise that when we get visitors that come onto the ground and maybe don't act in a certain way, recognise that ahead of time, and so you can manage that. But really, it is understanding those players, the parents, the siblings who are part of the club as well, and just looking what's out there and just trying to manage it in that way.
Okay. I think my last question before I ask you to leave a positive message for Rangers, as we know it's approaching 50 years. What do you think keep Rangers going for 50 years when other organisations are closing down and not operating?
Because we're a family, I think, and it goes way beyond football. We'll have people come and go, and the very fact that I could not be around here for 4 years and come back in and everybody would welcome you open arms. There's it is that family feel of it. And I'm happy to say, as years go by, our children are starting to have that feeling. That you see walk around. In part of this exercise, we kind of scratch over. Who's playing for the club now, and it's noticeable that a lot of sons are now at Rangers. There was a gap, but now it's like, oh yeah, his son's now here, and my son's here, and somebody else is. So there's that connectivity, that thread all the way through. And if I go anywhere, and there's, outside of Leicester or even with at work, and they'll say, well, who do you play for? Highfields Rangers. Oh yeah, I know Highfields Rangers. And you know what they say? And this is quite funny. They say, do you know Solomon? Everybody knows Solomon at Highfields Rangers. But so we extend not just here, we extend further. We are a body. So
it's such a valid point that you've made, because we talked about the community.
Yeah.
We are, as black people, we are fragmented all over the city.
Yeah.
But yet we see this as a community, which just shows Highfields Rangers' purpose is this one-stop shop and keeping a community together outside of their community setting. And that is a fantastic thing, isn't it? Oh?
It is, yeah. And I would say one thing. It's funny. Just before I came in to sit down here, I was listening to one or two of the guys outside how this club was founded from the will of a few people at a very young age to actually put this club, to start Highfields Rangers to what it is now. I think that's just a massive achievement. I'm trying to think of if my son at 15 with a few of his mates decided we want to do a football club. But to build it to this, I think that's fantastic.
And thank you for your time. Thank you.
Thank you too. Who are we thanking now, Pam?
Oh, we're thanking Danny Rouse for the fantastic interview.
Lovely interview.
Done. And Fished, we've got a winner for our last competition prize. The question was to name the player that played for
Played for
Highfield
Highfield
Rangers,
Rangers.
and also for the England national team.
I told you I know this answer, you know.
And
You know
we've,
this answer, yeah, you
we've
know.
got an
Trust me.
answer. Val Hill, you've won this prize. And the answer was Dion Dublin.
Yes, Dion.
Well done. What have she won?
I know the family, you know. I know the dad, Eddie, and everybody. Trust
Yeah?
me. I'm mixed with some famous people.
Oh,
you know,
Fisher,
trust me.
you're going like
Listen,
you're
no,
somebody.
No, you don't know me, girl.
Don't you stop
But
name
wait,
dropping.
yeah, we got so much things to go through quickly. We're going to keep it rolling because we got, what's the name of this singer, Carol Thompson, at the end of this?
Hopelessly in love.
Oh, you're not in tune, but wait. And
what did Val win?
Val won herself the Quality Street. I've got everybody on edge here today, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we
It's
are.
a fantastic virtual fun day. Val, you won yourself some Quality Streets here. Enjoy.
Well done. Well done. I want to big up a young man. You know, so many people have come through Highfield Rangers. We can't call all the names, but whilst you're out there in the chat, if you know of anyone, let us know.
That's a good idea.
Keenan King. We want to big you up for playing the under 17 in the England team. Fantastic, Keenan. Keep up the good work. Want to thank you, Pam Charles, for your fantastic message for you and
the crowd's loving
Carly.
you, Pam. The crowd's loving you.
They
Big
are,
up the
aren't
crowd,
they?
man. Go on in there.
Carly and family, you have sent a fantastic message in. Just want to say thanks to everyone who's sending messages in. Keep up the good work.
We're going into another interview now.
Absolutely. Who are we going into now?
Danny, we got to ask you the question for the next raffle.
Okay, I think I've got that. Right, next raffle question. Who is the longest serving officer here at Highfield Rangers? Is it Edson Charles, Morris Christian, Reg Francis, Delroy King, or Ingemar Walker? So who is the longest serving officer?
Thank you.
Get
well
going
said,
on the
Pam.
chat. Get going on the chat. Thank you. And we've got coming up next, we've got Conrad Stubbs again.
Yes, Mr. Stubbs, loving your voice.
Over to you. Take it away.
Stick it up, mister. Whoa. You hear what I say, sir? Yeah. Whoa. Get your hands in the air, sir. Whoa. Yeah. They will get no hurt, mister. No, 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 no. I said, yeah. Listen what they say. I said, yeah. Listen what they say. Do you think I would take something with me? Give it to the policeman. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that, sir. I would say, don't put that charge on me. I wouldn't do that. No, I wouldn't do that. I'm not a fool to hurt myself. Was innocent of what they done to me. They were wrong. Let me tell you one time. They were wrong. Give it to me one time. Give it to me 2 times, yeah. Give it to me 3 times, yeah. Give it to me 4 times, yeah. 54, 46 was my number. Oh yeah, right now someone else has that number. 54, 46 was my number. Oh yeah, right now someone else has that number. But I said yeah, listen what they say. Well I said yeah, listen what they say. Was my number, oh yeah. Right now, someone else has that number, oh yeah. 5446 was my number. Right now, someone else has that number, oh yeah. Well, I said yeah. Listen what they say. Well, I said yeah. Listen what they say. Wow. Thank you.
Hey, how you doing? Just a quick one to say happy 50th celebrations to Highfields Rangers, a great club with some great people. All the very best. Cheers.
Things are going so fine here on this 50th virtual anniversary. We are loving the impact coming from the crowd and everything. We are having so much fun here. Me and Pam always make sure you guys are all right, you know, and we will continue doing it.
One time.
Hey.
Give it to me. 2 times.
Yeah, man, the whole time thing I go on good still, you know.
Both here at the Rangers Club.
Who have we got to thank now?
We've got to thank the man himself, Mr. Conrad Stubbs. You are rocking it with us, Conrad, here. Thank you. Fantastic. It's just amazing. 50 years. Isn't it worth it? 50 years. That's a milestone that we're talking about. A voluntary sector organization operating with no paid worker. Something to be bigged up. Come on, it's fantastic.
This is so fantastic today, but just think if we were going to do this live and proper, if this thing, we're not even calling on name, them never stopped us putting it on proper, we would have been absolutely buzzing.
Absolutely. So Fishhead, who have we got up next? We've got an interview coming from Mr. Eddie Dublin. Do you know much about this guy?
Eddie Dublin, yeah. He's the man that, like I said, it's not an interview, but we've done Eddie Dublin already.
Okay, right, people. Just stepping back a little bit. We've got another competition prize, but before that, we've got the winner for the last question, which was with regards to who's had the longest serving officer, and we've got a winner, Judith Harding, Val Hilton.
Again?
Okay, Val Hilton, you've won a bottle, and the answer was that it's Reg Francis. Is the longest service.
Well, I wouldn't have believed that, honestly, but Reg is such a nice man. Well done, Reg. Massive respect to you, Reg, every time.
Okay, we're going to set another question for you. And the next question is, in which year did the first Rangers Clubhouse officially open? In which year did the first Highfields Rangers Clubhouse first open? Get onto the chat, people. Communicate with us. Bring your messages in, please. Thank you. Right, we're now moving on to... Okay, we've got I think it's our youngest interviewer here.
What's her
and
name?
it's Kermani, a young man who played for Highfields Rangers. Let's take it away to Kermani.
Kermani!
Over to you. Karmani here with me today. Hi, Karmani.
Hello.
Karmani, tell me a little bit about yourself. How old are you? And who you
I'm
are?
13 and I joined in about 2016 playing as a right winger.
That's where you play at Highfields Rangers?
Yeah.
As a?
Right winger.
Okay. Tell me a bit more about that position. I don't play football, so...
Right wing is where you're attacking in a midfield position where most of the wingers have either pace and they normally either cross the ball on the wide side or take a shot, and they help out the defence now and again.
Right, fantastic. And how do you find playing at Highfields Rangers? How do you find playing here?
I've got a lot more confidence with football and it's got me a better player.
So through football you've gained confidence?
Yeah.
Okay, and it makes you a better player as well?
Yeah.
So are we winning through you now? Go on, tell me yes.
Yeah.
We are winning games through you now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Fantastic. So tell me, what does your leading up, I suppose you play on Sundays, on Saturdays?
Sundays.
When do you play? When do you practice? Tell me what you...
We have a training session from 10 to 12 on a Saturday, and then our matches are usually on Sundays.
And what do you enjoy about the training? Because training can be hard, isn't it? What do you enjoy about it? Do you enjoy it, first and foremost?
Yeah.
What do you enjoy about it?
When we come together as a team, like a family unit.
Oh, fantastic to hear you as a young man talking about what we've all been talking about, that team, that family unit and so forth. And how do you find you on your, do they teach you about teamwork in training?
Yeah.
And how do you implement that? How do you use that when you're playing against another team?
By going over it against when I'm not at football and doing it at home, maybe.
You practice at home as well? Okay. Right. All right. And do you see your friends that you see at football outside of football? Does it extend to outside of football, or do you just keep these friends to football?
Sometimes we work out a little thing, but normally just stay at football.
Okay. Right. And where are you playing next? When is your next?
I think next week.
Next week. Where will you be playing? Do you
I
know?
think it's home, right here.
Right here. Can I come and watch?
Yeah.
Yeah? And you're going to show me that you're winning games for Highfields Rangers, is that right?
Yeah.
Is that a deal?
Yeah.
Karmani, thank you very much. Keep up the good work, keep scoring for Highfields Rangers, and keep that family unit going. Okay, I just want to big up Letitia McGuire King and Donna King, her mother.
Well done.
Thank you for your message. Just keep them flowing.
Well done.
Just keep them flowing. And we just want to thank to Karmani for that lovely interview.
Big up, Kamani!
Young man, it was fantastic.
I love to see the youths get it on like that.
Highfields Rangers, fantastic. Well done, Kamani.
Well, you're keeping us going out there. This virtual Funday is absolutely been fantastic. I feel like I can go on for the ages now. I'm kind of warming up to this situation. What we got next year?
Oh, I think we've got some more competition prizes to go out. Do you want me to read out those competition prizes right now?
We need to just show you that we've got a few bottles of wine left, Prosecco and wine, and a bottle of... We're doing really well on the virtual text out there. The text messages are coming through fantastic. There's a name out there, Mr. Morris. I've got Morris here. Morris, come here a minute and say something. Morris, please come here quick, because you're blowing up the airwaves out here at the moment, young man. Please, thank you very much for coming, Mr. I teach him everything you know, you know.
Yes,
Morris,
I know we're school together, I know that. Yes.
I know. What have you got to say about this fantastic occasion? Because it doesn't seem like 50 years to me personally.
Yeah, well, all I can say officially really is that from when we started as youths in a youth club on Melbourne Road in Highfields, to get here in 50 years really is a tremendous achievement. And as Pam and you just commented, it's all voluntary. So we all did it ourselves. And we all started young, you see.
know.
With these people saying, oh, I'm too young to do this, we were 16, 17, 18 when we started. So you're never too young to do it. Once you have it in you, And the reason why we started, we couldn't get into other teams as friends, groups. So we just said, okay, we're going to start a new team and a new club. And that's how we started from the youth club.
You have done fantastic, Maurice. Big round of applause to you. Honestly,
Yes.
thank you very much for coming on. I know you didn't like to go down. Respect, thank you very much.
I think I'd just like to say fantastic to all you guys at Funday members. And like you say, you were young then. I knew that because all of you had hair.
We still have here.
All right, Maurice.
We still have here.
I think you're one of the only one. You're one of the only one with hair, Maurice. So well done.
We still have here, yeah.
Congratulations. Thank you.
And many more years to come, of course, so far as I'm concerned. Well done, Maurice. Pam, what have we got next on the list? It was so good to big up one of the members.
Right, I think we're moving on to the compilation. There's a compilation coming up, and it's a contribution from a range of people that are thanking Highfields Rangers for where they're at, what they've done, how they've done it, and so forth. But for me, I think it's a bit more than that. The resilience that Morris and the founder members propelled into what's happening here at Rangers has come from the Windrush generation. And I think we've got a lot of thank you.
They cleared the way.
They have taken the baton thus far, and the baton is going. May have been dropped somewhere along the way. Hey,
pick it up again.
Pick it up, brush it off, and go again. So, thank you for this fantastic compilation in honor of the Windrush generation. Big up yourselves.
Stay tuned for Carol Thompson. I can't wait for Carol Thompson. Trust me, I don't want you, know, girl. Come on, let's go again. Big up all the people about this.
"2020 has been a year like no other.
Many lives across the world have been affected by the global pandemic, coronavirus.
And some may argue that the world is a different place for it.
This was the year that normalised the phrases isolation and social distancing.
But also highlighted how our communities can work together through hard times.
And how important community hubs like the Highfields Rangers are.
With so many events cancelled this year, Highfields Rangers knew they needed to celebrate their 50th anniversary in a special way.
Highfields Rangers felt that the only way to do this was to give back to the community in some way.
So in honour of the Windrush generation,
Highfields Rangers are providing residents at the Caribbean Court located in Highfields.
A 3-course meal in true COVID fashion will be delivered directly to the residents' door.
We have so much to learn from the Windrush generation and so many reasons to support them.
I am a third generation of Windrush, and I know how much of an important role they all play within the community.
They lived through a time where the value system was different to ours.
They provide us with a vast amount of information about tradition, values and culture.
They have imparted lessons using their knowledge, role modelling and wisdom.
Highfields Rangers is saying thank you to the Windrush generation.
Only Maurice and Crumpton have that tracksuit there, you know. And what year was that?
Oh, you're a donkey. No, I know.
Big up yourself, Crumpton. That's another person that we need to mention. Crumpton, massive respect to you. Compton.
Yeah, there's just so many messages coming in. We haven't got all the facts here. We cannot mention everyone, but we just want you to know, whatever part you've played in Highfields Rangers, it's a huge cog that kept that wheel going.
Well said,
you
Pam.
know?
Well
So
said.
whatever you have done, you have played a big part in contributing to Rangers' 50th celebration. And for that, we want to thank you.
And the public
on
are
behalf.
so in tune with Rangers as well. You know, people usually say it's out of the way up there and everything, but they still get supported along the line, and they are still here. So it doesn't matter whether it's in the city centre, in Evington, Rangers is up here, and they've had so much support. It's unbelievable.
Absolutely. Fished, we've got 2 more prizes to give away. So
Let's
guess
see.
what? I'm going to throw these 2 questions out. People, I want you to stay with us. We're coming very close to the end. We're having a fantastic time here. We want to read out these 2 questions, put them in the chat, and these 2 prizes can be given away.
They'll be gone.
The first one was, in which year did the first clubhouse at the Highfields Rangers officially, that's the word, officially open? So if you can put that in the chat. And the last question is, what year was the first Funday started? Again, put that in the chat as soon as you can, because we're moving on very swiftly. We're going to rub off some wallpaper here in Highfields Rangers. No paper on it, but paint is. We're going to rub it off. See if Fishhead can remember how to dance and things.
We can still move, you know. Because remember when we used to do the twist and everything up there on the stage. Hey, behave, girl.
Right, what have we got going now?
We've got so many people listening abroad, by the way. Wherever in the world that you are listening, please share it, share it, share it, share it. We love it, we love it.
But we want to thank the people, you know. They have been fantastic. People of Leicester and beyond, we want to say thank you. You make us feel very
they
special.
really do.
Sometimes being a host can be a very lonely place. But we know we have got you. You have kept us going, and we have kept you going, and you have stayed with us from 12 o'clock this morning until whenever. Fantastic. You have been fantastic, and we hope that we will continue.
It will continue.
To support Highfields Rangers. Right, okay. Right, are we on to thank yous now? Yes? We want to thank the 50th committee that is separate to the management committee for pulling this together.
What a
we
job.
want to thank
What a
the
fantastic
Highfields Rangers management committee. We want to thank Opal22.
Big up Opal22. Brah, brah, brah.
We want to thank the funders, the Windrush funders that has enabled us to do this, the Leicester City Council. Fishhead, I want to thank you for being such a good host. You were hard
Pamela,
work, but you...
I love working with you. Both of us together, we've got it on. We have got it on. I want to thank that gentleman behind there, behind the screen. What's his name again?
Bipen.
Bipen.
We want to thank Vanessa.
Massive.
We
Thank
want
you very
to
much.
thank
Leah.
We want to thank
Tanya.
You know, it's a host. We want to thank
and Tara is unbelievable. Tara, you're unbelievable. You're always making us bring out the best in us.
Absolutely.
Big up everybody that's been involved. Seriously.
You
because
know,
this is something special.
It's like a machinery. You know, you got different cogs that's turning. And if one cog break down, the whole thing coming down. So what is this saying about the team? The cogs were all working. Fantastic.
And it's just like you mentioned the word, the team. This is what Rangers is all about as well.
Amazing.
You know, it's a team effort, and that's why they've got to these heights that they're all good. Thank you, Rangers.
Brilliant.
Absolutely fantastic.
I'm hopelessly in love.
I'm getting into it now, you know. Where's Carol? Where's Carol? Carol, we can't wait for you. We've got the whole public, the whole world waiting for you. And I know you're going to blow their mind. Carol Thompson.
We have got 2 prizes to give away. Fundamentally, we need to continue to big up the founder members of Highfields Rangers. Without them, we wouldn't be here. We want to thank the Windrush generation. Without them instilling that resilience in us to keep going, to keep up the fight, to never give up. Hope is the last thing that dies. They taught us that, and I hope we will all learn a message from that and cascade that to our younger people.
Pam, there's somebody I want to big up and nearly forgot. Mr. Nurse. Remember Mr. Nurse? He used to bring the Lord Mayors up to start the proceedings off.
Yes.
And how can you forget Mr. Nurse?
Absolutely.
Perfect gentleman and everything like that. Massive respect to you, Mr. Nurse, your family, everybody that's been involved. Like I said, big up all their families. Leicester, thank you very much. And the whole world.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. Right. The moment you've all been waiting for.
Big introduction this needs, you know, big introduction.
The moment I've been hopelessly in love.
Oh my gosh. Massive.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stamp your feet.
Start stamping your feet.
Shake your hands. Rock your heads.
Songs like
Wine
Yesterday.
your body.
Songs like Mr. Cool.
Who?
Yesterday.
What?
Mr. Cool. Hey, Hopelessly in Love, you know about that, innit?
Yes.
Miss Carol Thompson. Please make some noise wherever
Clap,
you
clap,
are.
clap, clap,
Big
clap,
up yourself,
clap,
man.
clap, 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 clap,
Oh,
clap.
go on, Carol.
Take.
Greetings, everybody. I'm Carol Thompson, and I'd like to invite you to this wonderful anniversary. It's a 50-year anniversary of the Highfields Rangers. Now, I can't be there in person, but we're going to have some fun. I'm going to sing a couple of songs for you, and we're just going to enjoy ourselves regardless of what's going on in the world right now. I really wish that I could be there, but it's not possible. So I want you all to sing, and let's create some vibrations and some energy. The first song I'm going to sing is one of my classics, and it goes something like this. You ready? Okay. Just one look into your eyes, and something melts deep down inside. I can do. I hope you like that one. Now this next song, they said created a lot of babies and rubbed off a lot of wallpaper back in the day. But I don't know, I wasn't there. But this one is for all the Lovers Rock crew. And it goes something like this. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to make you blue. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to make you cry. Oh no, no, no. Oh no, no, no. Oh no, 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 no. There's my Lovers Rock crew. All right. I really loved you with a love any man would be proud of, but I knew this would happen someday. I really tried my best to say I'm so sorry to make you blue. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to make you cry. Oh no, no, no. Oh no, no, no. Tonight. Hope you were singing. It was just you didn't understand how to love me. It's not your fault, it's all mine. I guess I was a little mixed up. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to make you blue. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to make you cry. Oh no, no, no. Oh no, no, no. Oh no, 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 no. Stand up, stop, stand up. Stand up, stop, stand up. Stand up, stand up, stop, stand up. Stand up, stop, stand up. I can hear you. Stand up, side. Stand up, stop, stand up. Deeper and deeper into this love. Shit, I'm falling, falling, I'm falling, and I don't know where I'm going. Sinking into a love that's sweet and so divine. I just want you to love me all the time. Well, it sold quite a lot of copies, and it was the title of my album that came out back in the day, and it still seems to be very popular. And it goes something like this. Oh, well, I'm in love. Oh, baby. Said I'm in love, I'm in love, I'm in love. I'm hopelessly in love. Hopelessly in love. Oh gosh, hopelessly in love. I said I would never fall in love. Say never fall in love again. No, 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 no. Need your love each day. Just like the flowers need the rain. Yeah, yes. Please tell me everything will be okay. 'Cause I am hopelessly in love. 'Cause I am hopelessly in love. Listen. Deeper and deeper into this love. Should I just like the flowers neath the rain. Yeah, yes. Please tell me everything will be okay, 'cause I am hopelessly in love. 'Cause I'm hopelessly in love. I'm hopelessly in love. And it's true, 'cause I'm in love with you. Hopelessly, hopelessly, hopelessly in love. Hopelessly, hopelessly, hopelessly in love. 'Cause I'm in love, sweet love, with you, boy. 'Cause I'm in love, sweet love, with you, boy. 'Cause I'm in love, sweet love, with you, boy. Oh, hopelessly in love. I'm really hoping you're enjoying this fun day and this virtual concert. This next song is definitely a celebration, 50-year anniversary celebration of the Highfields Rangers. And I want us all to sing. I'm going to turn it up a little bit for you. And I want us all to sing, because there for the grace of God we all stand. It goes something like this. Long time we don't have no nice time. Do you think about that? Long time we don't have no nice time. Do you think about that? This is my heart to rock you. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you for joining me, and thank you for your support over the years, and thank you for supporting Highfields Rangers. It's their 50-year anniversary, and it's a special year in many ways. 2020 has been special for everybody, but especially special for Highfields Rangers. So well done, 50 years, and here's to another 50 and more. So continue supporting each other, continue supporting the charity, and it's been a pleasure to be singing for you, even if it is virtually. I hope you enjoyed it, and maybe next year, hopefully, God willing, we can all meet up and I can do it again properly for you in person. God bless you till I meet you all, and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Carol Thompson, you know. Oh my gosh, big up yourself, Carol. You know, so that me a deal with your music long time, you know. It's about time you just come on Leicester and give us a freebie. Love you, Carol. Big things are going on. Pam, what did you think about that
It
one?
was fantastic. Wow. You see all of them in here, shack it out.
Oh yeah, all of us
rubbing things.
There ain't no wallpaper here,
On a Saturday.
But the wall them get damaged.
Oh yeah, definitely. But you know, Fishhead, all good things come to an end.
Oh, does it have to?
All good things come to an end. We're wrapping up now. But before I go, you know, I have to say thank you to my husband for being there and for supporting me to come out and do what I have to do. Howard Morris and my family, thank you so much for being there for me and friends.
And we've got to be saying our byes and everything. I can't believe we're coming to the end.
Yes.
This is so sad.
But
Absolutely.
It's not finished just here, you know.
I know.
We're finishing here. We want to say thanks to the team, thanks to everyone, our listeners, our audience, those who rang in, our team here in Rangers, the 50th
virtual
committee, the management committee.
Oh, there's so many of them. There is so many of them.
Oh, guys, you've been fantastic. But we're stopping here, but we're moving right over.
It's carrying on to Leicester Community Radio 107.5. The whole weekend's going to be dedicated to this. Honestly, we are going to carry the vibes on. Don't forget it's Barbados Independence on Monday. We got some Bajans in here all of a sudden.
Big up.
So keep the vibes going, okay? Love being with you. Pam, always good working with you. You know how we interact. You know how it go from long time.
Thank you.
And the crowd out there, without the crowd, trust me, where would we be? Highfields Community, Highfields Rangers, 50 years celebration. May we have 50 years and more again. Big up yourself. Everybody
Absolutely.
give yourself a massive,
milestone well celebrated.
massive round of applause.
Thank you. Enjoy.
Thank you very much. And all the team working out there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Pam, big up yourself.
Thank you.
Respect.
Thank you.
Oh man, mine's.
We're done.
You can deserve